It's the Fingerbang Radio Show coming at you from Ottawa, Ontario with your hosts Mitch and Brandon. What's up, Brandon?
Salutations.
Nice. Well, this is going to be a short show for all our listeners out there who don't exist yet. Haley! It's going to be a short show because we're going to see Sheezer tonight, played Zaphod's downtown. We saw them once. It was excellent. So
amazing. They're
really good. They really are. Like, when we were standing outside and the guy was like, they're basically like really hot,
sexy librarians.
It really is.
That's a good description.
They really are like the hipster goddesses, I think.
Yeah.
Weezer,
like early Weezer. I don't think anything past Maladroit.
Basically, if you haven't heard of them, it's Sheezer is their name. They're basically just a Weezer cover band made up of like
all women.
Oh, it's all women, and they fucking kick ass. But they only play songs off Weezer's like Blue album and Pinkerton.
Green album.
Maladroit. Yeah, they play a couple, but like I think mostly their whole basis is just.
It's like the first few Weezer albums.
Yeah. Anyway, I think they're excellent. Remember the drummer high-fived me, and I was like, oh yeah, I like that. But I gotta sell T-shirts there tonight, so we're not gonna be front row. We'll kind of be sitting in the back of the bar, which would be all right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get to hand them their cash.
I doubt it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So this is only gonna be an hour show because we have to get out of here, get dressed, and get all the way downtown, and probably have to get there a little early. So
should be fun.
That should be okay. I want to see Camp. Okay, when we went to see Sheezer, we saw Camp Radio. Camp Radio is a band that's local, I guess, around here. They opened for Sheezer, so when Camp Radio did their own show, we went to see Camp Radio, and opening for them was Winchester Warm.
I want to see Winchester.
I want to see them, and then whoever opens for them, we'll just keep doing that. We'll just keep going to see the opening bands again until we get so far into indie music that we're lost.
Like the band won't have a name. We'll be like, our band name is yet to be announced. We have one song.
Oh, so deep.
The song is called Lyrics About My Ex-Girlfriend, paraphrased from Radiohead lyrics. Goes a little bit like this.
I never listened to Radiohead.
I have a problem with Radiohead.
Yeah.
I really do. Okay. People talk about them like they're the prog rock band. Like, there's no other prog rock band but Radiohead, because whatever the fuck the lead singer, Pompous Dick, whatever his name is.
What's his name? Holy hell.
It's like Tom or something.
I don't know. I've never listened to Radiohead. You're really talking to no one here.
Well, like, I have a problem with everyone treating them like they're gods when they're really just... They're just another prog rock
Just
band.
Some regular guys.
Yeah, they just happen to get more famous than the rest. That's it. That's all I have to say about that.
I want to make a movie today, just on the show.
What?
I don't know. Somehow we're gonna write out a movie.
Oh, you want to like?
Yeah. So I want you to like throw up a title, and we'll build from there.
Does it have to be right now?
What do you mean?
Like, do I have to say the title now, or
nope.
Can like later I'll be like movie title, and then we'll just go into it?
Yeah, for sure. But I want to get that because that's fun. We always do that anyway.
Yeah,
We've written a couple of romantic comedies, some rom-coms, some grom-coms, which you've never heard that because we coined and termed. It's gay romantic comedy. Explain and brag. That's a gay romantic comedy.
Yeah.
Which I think is something we
pretty
need to get into.
Pretty much the exact same as a normal romantic comedy, just with Mitchell.
All the same complaints, but less of the vagina.
Yeah. Because as we've explained before, the air around Mitchell and I is very homoerotic.
You look good in those pants today, by the way.
Thank you. I chose them because they accentuate my junk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so one thing, we were talking about this the other day, I don't know where, on the bus or something, and Mitchell was telling me about, he went to his friend's house, and they were talking about Power Rangers there.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the Power Rangers seasons that was in America was like a joke in Japan, and I figured it was I don't know if you guys remember this, it was a while ago, they came out with like a Space Police Power Rangers. And we were talking about it, and we were trying to figure out what, like, a space crime would be. And I decided that...
That's where it came from, because I remember the quote, but I had no idea what we were talking about. I didn't know what the context was.
Yeah, so I decided that Space Power Rangers would deal with space robberies on the corner of Space Bank and Space 7th.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we realized that in order to make anything, like, futuristic, you just add space to it.
You're like, it's a space robbery. They're stealing all our data.
All our space money.
That's true. That does sound pretty futuristic.
Yeah.
We should work for NASA.
What do we call this shuttle? The Space
Shuttle. You guys are good. No, but the thing is about Power Rangers, because I hadn't known, but in Japan, when Mighty Morphin Power Rangers came to the United States, to like North America, in Japan, that was their 16th season of the show.
I was saying before...
That's far too much.
I remember when I was a kid...
That's too much Power Rangers.
Yeah, I agree. But, like, when I was a kid, I remember one day I was going to school and, like, I watched cartoons in the morning. I watched, like, Gundam Wing and Power Rangers. Mm-hmm. Just because they were on. Actually, I really loved Gundam. I had no idea what was ever going on, but I loved it. Mm-hmm. I remember watching Power Rangers, and it was, like, I guess the season finale. And they're like, this episode of Power Rangers... evil bad guy is getting more powerful.
He was the worst evil bad guy?
Yeah.
Shit.
I know. Like, that was
basically a Nazi.
Stressful season.
Yeah.
And then they're like, the Power Rangers aren't enough, but will they be when all 10 Red Rangers show up? And I was like, Dad, I'm sick. Oh, God, wow.
All the Red Power Rangers? I stayed home
and I watched that episode, and it was just an ordinary episode of Power Rangers. Just the Red Power Rangers all looked a little different and had different people going like, ugh, when they got punched.
Do you know that Billy, the Blue Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, actually went to one of those camps where they like try to scare you straight? Like no, not like straight, like you were bad, but like you were gay.
Yeah.
And they tried to like...
I figured.
Yeah. He went to one of those. Isn't that crazy? I just found that out.
Wow.
I'm like, I wasn't really surprised. You were on a show where you were literally on a team made up of colors of the rainbow.
Makes sense.
Wearing spandex
But
suits.
it was all like racial thing. Like the Red Ranger was Native American. The
Black Ranger's black.
Was Irish. Black Ranger's black.
Yellow Ranger,
Asian girl.
Asian girl.
Pink Ranger, just white girl.
Yeah, white girl, blonde hair.
Yeah.
It was very stereotyped.
Yeah, but then the Blue Ranger, I don't remember him being like...
I feel people have forgotten that. I feel in the like early 90s kind of thing, they felt they had to make every kind of show like multicultural. Like
it was kind of the time when it was like, okay, we have to prove we're not racist, but by doing so, it kind of came off as a little racist.
Captain Planet did that. Captain Planet had like every single race. Like there was
Heart.
like the Mexican
Maddie
guy
drew Heart for
Mexican was like Heart.
He had a pet monkey, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Magic School Bus did it too, though.
But they didn't. It wasn't as like blatant with them.
It was pretty goddamn blatant.
Well, maybe I'm just because like as a kid,
a black kid, white nerdy
Carlos.
kid, Asian girl, white girl.
What was the black kid's name?
No one knows.
It was like PJ or something.
I thought it was a weird name because he was like from Straight Outta Africa or something.
That's his name, Straight Outta Africa.
You know that guy, Straight Out of Africa.
We got Ralphie,
That's
Arnold,
a movie
Carlos,
title.
Straight Outta Africa.
I'd watch Magic School Bus again.
I watched it. I said this before. Grade 12 biology class. We watched an episode of the Magic School Bus where they go through the body. Yeah. Like they get to.
They get to the rectum and there's like shit all over the walls.
There's poop like crumpling, and they're like, if the last place, because they're in the small intestine, which is full of like fluids. They're like, oh, this is like water world, and they get to the rectum, and they're like, if the last place was water world, this must be smell world, and they're all like, Ralphie.
I thought it was Carlos. Then they go, Carlos.
I'm pretty sure. Because Ralphie was sick.
Yeah.
He was the sick.
Yeah, he was the kid. He didn't like look down at his ass and was like,
my ass just said Carlos.
That'd be weird. You're like, Carlos, we went into your dick. Okay.
Ralphie.
It wasn't. It was a short trip, and he's like, oh, fuck you guys. Oh, fuck you guys. I want to see these kids in high school.
That's probably what it was. Like, hey, remember that time we went to Carlos's dick and it only took half the day? Fuck you guys.
Was that before or after Arnold committed suicide?
After.
Yeah. For people like, there's people like kids who don't grow up with Magic School Bus, I feel their shows are shit.
Well, Arthur is still going on.
That's weird. Brand told me about this the other day. Arthur's still going on, but supposedly they're dealing with
like they've won awards for how they deal with like actual like heavy shit like AIDS and like divorce. It's like Jesus Christ.
Do you remember the show Sticking Around?
Yeah.
Like the parents in that show were divorced.
Yep.
I always found it weird that they did that.
It was never really
brought up, but it was always there, and you were like,
we're going to my dad's house, and I was just like, cool. Then my parents split up, and I was like, I get it now.
You're like, I love sticking around.
I was that kid who, like, in grade 2, his parents split up, and he didn't realize what it meant.
Yeah.
So, like, we'd be in class, he'd be like, name something new that happened in the last year. He'd be like, my parents are divorced. And everyone would be like, are you okay? Are you okay? You're gonna be alright? And I'm like, yeah.
What'd you say to me? You're like, divorce smells like...
Divorce smells like 2 Christmases and 1 broken promise.
That's a quote, dude.
Yeah, I remember in middle school, for those of you that didn't have middle school, it's grades 6, 7, and 8 was its own school, kind of like prepping you for high school. It was junior high. The guidance counselor came up to me and went, I heard your parents are divorced. And I was like, yeah, happened like 4 years ago. And she goes, do you need to talk? I can help. And I was like, no, I'm good.
I probably could have had to talk with you about 4 years ago, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, I was like, do you need to talk? She's like, my dad's dead. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
The way I see it is like, if your job is a middle school guidance counselor, fucking kill yourself.
A lot of help at Dakota.
Yeah,
we went to school with a kid named Dakota, and he had no friends because he was really rude. And I remember one time we were out at like lunch recess, and he tried to get me and it might have been Mike Tobin, because we were talking about like the fucking Terminator 3 movie that just came out, and we're like, yeah, that was the bomb.
Which in hindsight you're like, why? Yeah.
And like we go inside and the principal's like, I need to talk to you too. She's like, I heard you called Dakota fag boy. And I was like, no, like I talked about Terminator 3
literally for the last 6 hours. I've been talking about Terminator 3. You see Schwarzenegger, miss? Holy hell.
That girl?
Oh, he's reaching up in age, but he still got it.
But like I'm pretty sure that's how she knew I wasn't lying, because I was like, Terminator 3, and she's like, that's just bad enough for like...
Yeah. No one can come up with that random. Yeah.
No grade 6 kid's gonna be able to lie about Terminator 3 on the spot.
She's like, oh yeah, well, did you see the part with the coffin? You're like, oh, fucking did. Dumb bitch. It was great. Yeah, but the way I see it though, it's like, if that's your job, like, you really didn't succeed.
It really seems like, yeah, you'd be scraping.
It's like, what is she doing every day? What does she do every single day?
Talking to kids who need help.
But I don't see that many people.
Yeah, it's like who in middle school is like, wow, I'm in grade 7. God damn, am I depressed?
We should just troll, be like, hey, miss, I'm afraid because me and Brandon found out we have hair on our balls. It's very scary.
Am I becoming a werewolf?
Yeah. Just a piece of shit.
I think if I ever found myself in that situation, I would be like, yeah, we have a guidance counselor, but I just get the feeling he doesn't give a shit. Kids would come in and be like, I'm scared. I'm, like, growing hair, and I'm scared. And I'd be like, oh, gross. Oh, get out. What are you? Oh, that's gross.
Yeah. Just mess with them.
Be like, I'm just messing with you.
On your balls? Just kill yourself now, buddy. You're not going to make it.
I heard that's, like, if...
That's what happens when your parents get divorced, Brandon. You had hair on your balls.
I hear that in 9 out of 10 kids who grow hair on their balls, parents split up because of the stress.
That's pretty bad, though. That, like, her agenda was so booked up in her mind that, like, she didn't have time to get to you earlier.
Yeah, because it was, like, 3/4 the way through the year. Mm-hmm. And, like, I was walking to class or, like, something, and she's like, do you need to talk? And I was like, Jesus Christ, maybe, like, 4 3/4 years ago.
But I remember she was the same teacher who taught health class in, like, 6th, 7th grade about that. And that, too, that was just, like, oh my god, like, I remember the first thing she said, she's like, don't ask us questions about our personal life. I will not answer them and stuff. Which naturally makes sense.
Guidance class.
Yeah.
And it was just like a class on to feel good about yourself.
It was like, but then it was stuff like, how to write an application for them and stuff. Where I was like, it's so fucking easy. It tells you what to write down. Like, this, yeah, it's just one of those wastes of time.
I can remember distinctly, she's like, make a title page for this class. Because that was still, like, title page.
Yeah, for your duotang.
Well, no, he had binders then.
Oh, shit.
And, like, it was, like, the plastic sleeve. And she's like, make a nice title page. And I remember I just drew SpongeBob for it.
Nice.
And she's like, you're gonna need, like, a slogan. I was like,
I'm ready.
soak up bullying. And she's like, that's excellent. And I was like, I came up with that literally in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to get out of this classroom.
It was, yeah. What was her name? Do you remember?
No.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I think Kara
Kara remembers. Kara remembers weird things from school, though. Like, she'll be like, remember that class? And she'll name the class. I'm like, how do you remember the name? I barely paid attention.
I remember, like, weird things in good, like, really good detail. But then, like, the whole year itself, it's like I barely remember. But I remember, like, weirdly specific events. Like, the first time I had woodworking, I showed up late. He's like, where were you? I was like, I got lost. And that page girl was, like, with me.
Yeah.
And she looked at me and went, ugh, he didn't, but I did. I was like...
What does that mean?
I was with you the whole time. Like, don't try to blame this all on me.
It makes me more sad that you got lost in a building that's like...
Well, it was like, I saw
hallways.
the door, and I was like... I have to explain my train of thought.
That was weird. Technical difficulty in some weird way. I hit the space bar, which stops the recording. Continue.
So, I saw the door to, like, the woodworking class, and I was like... It was in the computer wing, like the computer kind of, that's where all the computer classes were. So I was like, that can't be it. Like, they obviously wrote down the wrong thing. So then I walked through that hallway like 6 times, then just went into the class. I remember, he's like, what's your name? And I was like, David, but I go by Brandon. He goes, every David I've had in my class has hurt themself.
And like, good thing I go by Brandon.
Yeah, but I actually did end up, like, I hit an angle grinder when I was, because, like, I'm a 12-year-old kid, what the hell are you doing giving me an angle grinder? Like, I hit it, and he walks up, and he goes, I told you. Like, you're the worst teacher ever.
His wife died of cancer, like, a year later, so...
Oh, really?
Serves him right.
I don't want to say he deserved it, but...
The weird thing about the woodworking class we had in middle school is it was a gymnasium-size, basically, woodworking. They had every tool known to man in that fucking place. Every kind of saw, screwdriver. The only thing that you did in that class was sand things.
I know.
We went in, he would cut... Yeah, he would cut something for you, and then you would go, and you would just start sanding shit.
And staining. There was... You could stain.
You could stain some things. It was ridiculous. It made no sense why they had these, like... They had planers, and... It was craziness.
Yeah.
It was that. We had a class called Tech Class, where we got to build a rocket, and shit like that. That was stupid, too, though.
Do you remember Mr. Wood? The gym teacher?
Yeah.
He was a creep.
What kind of waste... That's the job, where it's like... Have you ever not had 100% in his class?
I was only there for 1 year, but I'm pretty sure I passed his class, like, high marks.
He literally would sit at a desk on the stage. He always had his briefcase open where I'm like, what notes do you have? Like, what do you do besides just sit there?
Oh, he looked at the girls.
Yeah, that's all he did. He just stared at their
We were in grade 6, and I guess 7 and 8, I wasn't there. But, like, even in grade 6, he watched the girls closely while we played sports.
It was a very, very stupid... like job for him, I think. Like, even the gym teachers when I first got into high school, they made you work. Like, we would run every single day, and those people was passing out like it was hard work, and they were actually knew what they were doing. Not saying I'm giving any credit because you're still a fucking gym teacher.
Well,
like,
see, at my school, the gym teachers, all the gym teachers could teach gym and an actual subject. Like, we had, well, except one, but they gave him subjects to teach anyway. He was not, he was only supposed to be a gym teacher, but they're like, teach biology. And he'd be like, okay. And he'd go in and be like, today we're going to learn about biology.
Biologies.
Yeah, and he liked people who played sports and me.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was really weird. Yeah. Like, it was like anything I did, he's like, good job, Brandon, good job. And it was like, I've done fuck all.
I heard your parents split up. Like, come on, man.
We had a careers class with him, and on one of the tests, it was like name the different. It was like types of people, and there's like procrastinator. And I remembered 3 of them. There was 4. As for the last one, I put Terminator. And then they're like, name things that each one would do. And for procrastinator, I put, I'll tell you later. And for Terminator, I put, I'll be back. And he gave me marks for it anyway. Like, very funny. And I was like, what? Like, that only happens on the
Terminator,
internet.
you'd put, duh, he terminates.
Terminator terminates.
I'll tell you later is a good answer though. See, I'd give you the point for that. That's kind
He
of
did. He gave me the point. He's like, haha, makes sense.
How many
though.
times in your life have the teacher asked you for your homework and you faked looking for your homework even though you know you didn't do it? You know, like so much. I was talking about this in class the other day. A bunch of people were just sitting around talking, and I was saying, like, in college, I don't steal things from the school. Because the way I see it is, like, I'm paying to be here, and I respect these people. But when I was in high school, middle school, anything that wasn't nailed to a table, I took. I remember stealing boxes of chalk just to throw them away. Spiting. I had piles of books, textbooks, that I just took. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
I have a textbook at my house, I think. Although I might have given it back. I don't remember. But we had a bunch of computer labs in my school for some reason. Like, we only really needed 1, but we had 3. And I was in one of the computer labs at lunch, and I was like, alright, I'm done here, and I unplugged the keyboard and left with it.
Nice.
And, like, my ex-girlfriend's like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I need a new keyboard at home, and I'm, like, shoving it in my locker.
Did you really steal it?
Well, she got really pissed off at me, and she's like, put it back, you're not one of those kids. And I was like, alright, but I told Sam.
I remember they would have to take them out.
Balls out of the mouse,
teachers,
right?
when they would rent out the computer lab, would get a Ziploc baggie filled with mouse balls, and they would hand them out to the students.
All our mice.
I would steal them every time. I'd just take them and go throw them out the bus window. Keys off keyboards, moving them around, making them say, like, go fuck yourself. You know, like...
My friend did that.
Like, give me your E, man. My E's missing.
My friend did that, except he arranged it in alphabetical order.
Nice.
And then stole the space bar from my keyboard and, like, broke it. So, like, I'm typing a project and every other word I have to capitalize. This was in, like, I had a data management class where we just fucked around. Like, one time we're in class, she's like, do your project. I'm like, I'm on it. And I Googled, like, what happens if you swallow magnets. She's like, why are you doing this? I'm like, I just want to know.
Oh, it's good info.
She was like, she hated me, and I didn't really like her.
Yeah.
And it was like there was 4 of us that we just fucked around in that.
The amount of shit though that I've stolen over the years. I would go on field trips, never even have paid, and they're usually pretty strict about that. I'd be like, oh yeah, I gave you my check. What, you lost it? And they'd be like, well, let me in. It must be. We'll just get on the bus.
I would go in without like parental signatures. They'd be like, can I go on this trip? And they'd be like, do you have like are you in the class? No. Do you have like a form? No. Do you have the money? No. Why do you want to go on this class? I don't know.
I'm bored.
I once, my mom was gone, and I only had this guy living with me.
Oh, so you just got him to do it?
I got him to sign it, but like he signed his own name instead of my mom's, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
like, whatever, he's my mom's gone, and like she's like, he's the guardian, I guess, like
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So like I got my ex-girlfriend to sign up for this trip, and I get there, and the teacher looks at it and goes, no, I can't accept this. I know this guy.
Yeah.
I'm not letting him be your guardian. And I was like, oh, well, that's shitty. And I just went home for the day, and she had to go on like this trip that was all day, going to like temples and like churches.
Dude, hate you.
Oh man.
What is the cheapest field trip you've ever went on? Like where you could tell the school didn't even try?
Oh, I came here.
Yeah, but what do you mean?
There was like a protest abortion thing.
No,
It was,
but like still, at least that they paid for a goddamn bus to get you guys up here. What's the
Oh, yeah.
cheapest trip you've ever went on?
like what do you mean? Where
That
they
the
didn't-
school was like, we just got to bring these kids somewhere. What's the closest and free?
Well, like we never. There was nothing in Trenton.
No,
So like
it had to be somewhere.
here,
Yeah.
it was like they're like, all right, we'll bus up there, and then you guys can just hang around Parliament Hill for the day. Costs us no money, so
Yeah,
like
yeah.
$20 for the bus. I came up here and just stood around, like
protested abortions.
Apparently, that's what I was there for, and I got yelled at for lying down on Parliament Hill. She's like, that's disrespectful. And I was like, what, to the fetuses?
Yeah. Isn't it weird, though, that they could tell you, like, go up here and protest this?
They weren't, I don't think they were supposed to.
No.
But
that's, like, not allowed at all.
Yeah. It was because I went to a Catholic school, they kind of govern themselves.
I remember being in, you were probably there for this, actually. When we were in elementary school, they brought us to the fire department. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The fire station was probably 2 minutes from the school. It was right behind the school.
You could walk there.
You could walk there. We'd literally walk across the field to the place. But the thing is, they'd bring us there like it was this big to-do. And it wasn't that bad. Like, it was like, whatever, we get out of class. And we go in, and, like, that was it. Like, we go in, they'd show us the big, you know...
The pole.
They didn't even have a pole.
No, I know, but, like, that's...
Yeah. But, like, that's the thing. Like, how shitty...
They'd show us the truck. They'd be like, this is our truck. We have one.
Yeah, we have one, because we never use it. All the firefighters are fat.
It was a volunteer place, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, like, when we went to the library, everyone's like, oh, this is a big deal. You get to take out the actual library books.
Yeah.
I remember going, and a girl in our class got a book that was too big to fit in her backpack and cried. Because she had to carry it home, like, to her mom's car in a shopping bag.
What a dumbass.
I was like, why are you crying? That's a sweet... Is that Where's Waldo?
Girl, please. They have us by here? I loved that library, though.
If we go back to...
I really want to go in.
Can we go to that library?
I want to go. There's a place right in the back, like, when you go inside in the back. There's, like, a sitting area kind of thing way in the back corner.
And, like, old books.
I've sat back there for hours. There's something about that place that sticks in my memory better than any place in that town.
It was the... I know it
was just something weird.
We sound lame, like, hanging out at the library was so much fun. But I'd go back, and Mitchell would be like, hey, we're all hanging out at the library today. You want to go? And I'd be like, fuck yeah.
After school, everyone in, like, middle school, we'd just go down to the library. And some people would do homework, but most people would just hang out.
There was
that was it. Like, everyone would just hang out near the library, and there was, like, a gas station right across the parking lot. And, like, you could buy chips and like, everything. And, like, that's what they don't have around here anymore is, like, 5-cent candy. Now, if you live in a small town, they usually do it, where you go in, they have the little paper bags. And
you pick the candies.
You pick out the candies, and they're 5 cents each. They don't have... I haven't seen that.
They have it at, Carlton. But the candy there is, like... It's, like... Gummy Big Feet.
Yeah.
It's
the best.
Gummy Fish. And, like, 2 gummy worms that look really old.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know. I'm pretty upset that they don't do that. Oh, fuck.
What the hell is going
on? Someone's asking me if I gave away any tickets on air for the Sheezer show tonight. I'll say I tried, but to no avail. It's Megan, so I think she's going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. I guess.
Yeah, because the other night on air I was trying to give away tickets. Okay, so we're at school, and yesterday I went into class, but the big project that we were doing is we're writing cover letters and resumes because we're applying for jobs at the station next year. Pretty good. So we went in, and the next day, and the teacher's like, well, I know some of you have been up really late. Some people slept at school and everything because it was like a huge project. And he's like, so we're just going to watch a movie today. At first I'm like, oh, rage, I came all the way here. But then we watched a movie, and it's the biopic of like Howard Stern.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like Private Parts is the name of the movie. And it's like an amazing movie. But at one point, it shows him when he's first starting out, and he's at a college radio station, and he messes up something. And he's talking to his friends after, and his friends go, ah, man, don't worry about it. No one listens to college radio. And everyone in the class just fucking starts laughing. Like, because it's like the thing that you don't really say.
Yeah.
Because we're all doing this, and it's like a great station. But, like, not that many people are listening to us, right, on a regular.
Because college stations are, like, they're aimed at college
kids.
Exactly.
So it's like, it was just perfect. It was a great line. Keep talking, but I gotta...
I remember, it's weird that you mentioned that movie, because this kid I used to be really good friends with in Trenton, where I used to live before I moved here, his dad had a poster, like the Howard Stern Private Parts poster, and I asked his dad, I was like, what is that once? And all he did is looked at me and went, well, you must be a fag if you don't know, and walked out. Like, his dad was the kind of guy who, like, he'd make fun of me, call me gay and stuff, but it was, like, funny.
Yeah.
But that's all he said. He never explained what it was to me.
Well,
and then... Yeah, he finally did, like, after a while. He's like, oh, he does, like, a satellite radio show, and
he is good.
He started laughing, and he told me the story about they had this guy on air who was, like, mentally retarded, and another guy who was, like, diagnosed, like, with some, like, psychotic problem. They're like, okay, to win this contest, you have to spell red. Can you go? And the guy'd be like, C, and he'd be like, nope.
Nope.
Next guy, and he'd be like, R, W, and he'd be like, nope. Next guy, and he'd be like, C, and it went on for like 20 minutes, and nobody spelt red by the end of it. I watched a video in women's studies that said he wasn't like this. We shouldn't look up and be like, he's doing a good job.
That text made no sense. Okay, so here's the. I don't know what this means. She texted me. She goes, "Hey, dude, you give away any tickets on air for the Sheezer show tonight?" I said, "I tried, but no one called into the show." So, and then I asked her, "Are you going to be there tonight at the show?" She goes, "Word. The next time I'm at your crib, let's get her done." What does that mean? It came out of nowhere.
Is she implying sexual relations?
I don't think so. I think it was just wrong text. You brought up the guy calling you like a homo or something.
Yeah, his dad's like, you must be a fag if you don't know.
I remember being in Brandon Hewlett's dad's truck with Brandon, and I must have told Brandon
Different Brandon.
Different Brandon. I told the guy. Sorry. Last text wasn't for you. Understand? I told Brandon earlier about a movie I'd seen where some girl like sucked some guy's dick. We're in the car. Brandon goes, Mitchell said he saw a movie where some guy sucked some other guy's dick, right? And his dad, without missing a beat, just goes, what'd she do? He just turns and goes, we call them homosexuals. And I was sitting there going like, no, I don't think that's what that means at all.
I remember one time I went to his house with you, and he was like, he kept trying to like subtly, I don't know, like, he'd suggest activities to do that I couldn't do, so I'd go home, but like it wasn't working, because I'm pretty sure I was staying the night at your house that night.
Yeah.
So he's standing there and he's like, hey man, do you have rollerblades? And I was like, no. And then he looks at you and goes, you want to go rollerblading? And you're like, no, not at all. Like, no. And he's like, oh, are you sure? Because that'd be really fun. We could just rollerblade down that big hill outside my house. And you're like, no. That doesn't sound fun.
There was something weird about his house, like, and don't get me wrong, I haven't talked to the guy in years, so I don't know what he's like now.
I think he's a bro.
He's probably a bro.
I have a feeling he's a bro.
But, like, I'd go to his house, and I remember I walked in once, I went and we were going down to, like, the basement to watch a movie. His dad was just sitting there in his underwear.
Yeah.
And I found that kind of strange. Another time, his mom was sitting on the toilet, and the door was open.
Wasn't you just talking? Like...
Just talking.
Yeah.
And another time I went into his garage, and his dad had a rabbit hanging from the ceiling, and he was skinning it.
I remember once, he came up to me, and he's like, here man, I'm giving these to all my friends.
Rabbit foot?
Back, back, I wasn't that good of friends with him. Like, I don't know why I got one. But I had like a rabbit's foot in my desk for like
me too.
4 months.
Yeah, Brandon took his out, covered in mold. He did. Brandon had a rabbit's foot.
Well, mine wasn't covered in mold.
No, his was. But he gave us a bunch of them.
I remember he walks up to me after like 4 months and goes, my dad saw what happened to mine. He says I have to get all the rabbit's feet back. Mine was dyed purple. I remember that. I was like, that's really weird.
Yeah.
That is a really weird thing to give your friends.
Especially just out of the blue at school. But I still had it because it was funny. Like, I had a rabbit's foot, like a legit rabbit's foot in my fucking desk.
But because his molded, his dad made me give mine back.
Desks were weird. That was a thing. Now that I think about it.
I can remember my desk was always really messy.
Yeah, me too.
And once, like, I guess I didn't finish lunch or something. So, like, zipped up half a sandwich in my bag. Threw it in my desk, right? Because that's what you do. And then... after March break, I'm like cleaning out my desk because I always made you after March break. Mm-hmm. And I pull out this bag, like a Ziploc baggie, still closed, but it's full of like bright red, green, and yellow powder. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
My dad is in the class. He goes, I think that used to be a sandwich.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
It really is a
God.
strange thing just to leave all your shit. I mean, it's not like, because I mean, the way I see it, it's like it's elementary school, so you didn't really have anything good anyway. But
I used to steal pencils from Travis Strang, like,
Yeah,
daily.
yeah.
Because his pencils had the good erasers.
Yeah.
And I remember Madame Doucette was once like, whoever's stealing pencils, stop it. Like,
You're sitting there.
stop. And I'm like, that's me. I'm the one stealing all these pencils.
I remember stealing a bunch of gel pens and shit from people, like, all the time. What was one? It was weird, because, like, they'd let you clean your desk every couple months. And it was kind of fun, because you were like, oh, right, having a clean
I
desk
just found a Beyblade.
having a clean desk was nice. And I was like, it's not hard to keep up on, like, having a clean desk. For some reason, my desk was always a wreck. Always a wreck.
I always lost pencils, even though I always put them. There's, like, this little edge.
Yeah.
I always put them right in, like, the edge.
Yeah.
So then I'd always have a pencil. I think Travis Strang was stealing the pencils back.
Yeah, he's like, man, this guy's got the good erasers.
I remember when my mom used to buy me these, but they all kept getting stolen.
Why say Travis on it?
I used to steal the pencils with names because nobody believed I'd be that ballsy.
I remember stealing a lot of gel pens. Just because I was
Olivia
bored.
Beer, I think her name was.
Yeah?
She had a lot of gel pens, and like the black paper that was cool for writing
Yeah,
gel
yeah,
pen
yeah.
on. I used to take that. And then like write with, because my parents bought me my own gel pens, so I'd write with the gel pens on black paper. She'd be like, I used to have a lot of that paper, but it's all gone missing. I'd be like, you don't say.
Don't look at me, bitch! Elementary school is also weird in the sense that you ate lunch in the class.
Yeah.
Recess was kind of a bore.
I in grade 3, I was never, like, I was allowed out one recess a week.
Why?
It was lunch recess on Fridays.
Why?
Because Madame Doucette used to do, like, she'd say phrases in French out loud, and we had to write them down and then correct all our spelling errors. And I had ADHD, right?
Like so you had to do it?
I'd do it, but I'd copy the words out wrong because, like, I'd lose focus. And it was, like, she's a bitch. It got to the point where she'd, like, publicly humiliate me, like, grab my desk when it was time and, like, pull it to, like, right in front of the board.
No, asshole.
Yeah. Like
the kid has ADD, like, you know, like,
yeah,
ADHD, like...
Calm down, like, it's not...
God. He's not fucking... Oh, I saw a picture of Justin Arsenal on Facebook. I was on the bus, and I was thinking about, like, back in the day, there was a kid... He was in our class in 2nd grade, and he was, like, the kid who no one liked, and all he did was cause trouble.
He'd, like... I remember once the teacher's like, we need you to come out into the hall for 2 minutes during our library period.
Yeah.
Which was, like... You'd go, you'd pick out your books that
And
you
then
want
the
to take.
teacher would read a book to you in the class. The librarian would read a book to you in class.
And it was time to, like, read a book, and the teacher's like, oh, I just need to talk to you for 2 minutes. And he's like, starts screaming, he's like, I want to hear the story. And they're like, you won't miss the story if you come out right now. And I was like, it's, like, 120 seconds, Justin. You're not going to miss out on
like,
anything.
as bad as, like, you would always be like, Justin, just leave. You didn't want him to leave because you
No.
wanted to see how far it could
Oh,
escalate. Yeah. It's exciting. Like at
when
that
do
time...
you remember the time they carried him out of the room?
They carried him out of the classroom, carrying him by his hands and his feet. And it was...
He thrashed the whole time.
It was the most exciting thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, you're just sitting there, you're like, this is really fucking happening. I'm sitting next to Brandon, like, hey, Brandon, this is really fucking happening right now.
And I'm sitting there like, oh my god, I know.
That was exciting.
I remember once, Mr. Hogan, one of the greatest teachers I've ever
of all
had,
time,
like,
yeah.
easily. He used to, like, play jokes on the kids in class.
Yeah.
But, like, they weren't mean
No, it was
jokes.
just like he'd mess around.
But, like, we had a place called the Learning Center in our school. And
Which
it was
basically like if you got in trouble, you'd go there at lunch.
Yeah.
And just sit there.
And he once convinced us, like, Mr. Hogan convinced a kid in our class, Ryan Kinslow, that there was a free lunch in this room. And he just gets up and runs out of the class without saying anything. And Mr. Hogan's sitting there and he goes, that wasn't actually true. Someone needs to stop him. And this other kid named Cassidy Albert gets up and just fucking books it out of the class. And in the hall you can hear him screaming. He's like, Ryan! Ryan! It's a lie! And, like, the whole class is silent. And, like, we start laughing. And Mr. Hogan goes, guys, for once, this isn't funny. Our class is in session.
Those
like,
great ones, though. I remember I'd go because the TLC room, like if you didn't have a lunch, you could just go there and be like, I want food, and they just give you food.
I remember once
I'd go
we
like
were
every
there.
day, like I would have food, and I'd just be like, I want more food. I'd just go and ask.
We
for
went
something.
there once because we were in trouble. Like we forgot to do homework, and we're sitting there, and I found this to be like the weirdest thing. You look up, and you go, Learning Center, more like the loser center. Am I right? And I was like,
dude, we're in here.
I was like, no, not today.
We're in
You're
here.
not right.
There was
today.
one kid in the school. He was a year younger than us. His name was like Logan. The kid was in
Logan,
like 4th grade.
Cummings.
He was in 4th grade. Kid must have been fucking 6 foot tall with thighs like the size of like a fucking dresser. He's sitting at one of the desks, and the desk is like wobbling because it's basically just sitting on his lap. And the teacher is yelling at him. He starts to cry, going like, "I'm too big for the desk," and she's like, "Keep it down. You're making too much noise." There was points where there'd be so many kids in there, you literally had to stand.
Yeah.
Just stand there. Right in the middle of the room for about like half an hour during lunch.
And they'd be like, "Do your work." You're like, I can't.
I'm
Like,
literally standing up right now.
I remember one time we were in class and Daniel Hardery said something. Daniel Hardery is just another kid we went to school with. Nothing really outstanding about him. But Mr. Hogan's like, he said something about like how the Toronto Maple Leafs were like the best team ever. And Mr. Hogan, I don't think he actually paid attention to sports, but he pretended to.
Hogan?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Like maybe hockey, but not like as much as the guys thought he did.
Yeah.
But then like Daniel Hardery's like, Toronto Maple Leafs is the best team ever. And Mr. Hogan's like, "Hey Daniel, stand up for a second." And he walks over, picks him up, and puts him on the ledge of the chalkboard.
Yeah.
And just leaves him there.
Yeah, he was literally standing there. But I remember throughout the day, because if you messed up, like by the end of the day, he had 4 kids just standing on the ledge. And at one point, like someone would fall, he'd just shove his hand up and like catch the kid by the chest and be like, "Nuh-uh."
Yeah, you ain't getting down. He was like the weirdest
really
but best
weird
teacher
guy.
I've ever
cool,
had.
Such a cool teacher.
It was like I had ADHD, but he didn't like.
Yeah.
Because he called everybody out equally. Like, I'd drift off and he'd be like, "Brandon, wake up and smell the coffee." And I'd be like, "Yeah, so sorry, Mr. Hogan." And he'd be like, "Whatever," and then just continue on with the lesson.
He was like, I remember at the end of it was like Christmas, like right before Christmas break, he had a giant garbage bag, and he's like, "All right, everyone gets one." And he just poured out like giant boxes of chocolate. He's like, "Everyone gets one."
Yeah.
And that's
Remember
what
that.
stole mine.
And then we had the Hogan points or something.
Yeah.
We did contests
You
and
collect
won points,
points, yeah.
and then you could bid on things. And he'd come in with like tubs of candy and be like, "All right, start bidding."
Yeah. I remember I got gel pens. I bid it, and I got like a pack of
I
like
got, like,
awesome
a
gel pens.
Giant thing of like, they were like gummy rabbits. They
Yeah.
were like sour gummy worms, but
Pretty
they were
exciting.
rabbits. And I was like,
We
awesome.
played Survivor, which was basically like his like version of Survivor, and like there'd be like contests
teams.
week to week, 2 teams, and like you get voted off kind of thing.
The contests always had something, like you were learning through the contests.
Yeah.
Like the question I ended up losing on and getting sent back to like the beginning, like I got voted off,
Yeah.
was it was like name all the provinces from east to west.
Yeah.
Fuck. I still can't do that.
Yeah.
Not gonna tell anyone. I'm not that good at geography.
Yeah, not at all. You can make me color in that map as many times as you want. I still don't really know.
Yeah, I never paid attention. But yeah, he was like the best teacher I
Yeah,
ever
really
had.
cool. Though at the same time, he was probably a shit teacher. Like if you went back,
No,
you're
because I
probably
actually
like,
learned
really?
with him.
I don't
Like,
remember.
Well, I think it was
remember
just
him
because
being like the coolest guy. I want to get his contact info because I want to give him a call and be like, "Hey man, you really like changed."
yeah,
Like he was funny. He played electric guitar.
Yeah, he'd just come in and be like, "All right, today I wrote a song that we had to do a project about bullying," and he's like, "We're gonna make videos."
Yeah, we made movies, like half an hour long movies.
Yeah, mine was all stop motion Lego.
Yeah.
It took us like 2 weeks to make.
We were in like groups of 5. We'd wrote out scripts. And we'd film them, like certain different times depending on when your group went. And by the end of the year, we like every group had a whole like a half an hour long movie.
Yeah,
That's commitment.
Mine was stop motion Lego. Like he would spend 2 weeks with us making this movie.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was pretty cool.
Yeah. And like we showed them to the whole school. He was a good teacher.
Survivor, we just like I don't know. It was good. I got like we did class president.
Didn't you win?
Yeah,
that?
I won. I was
voted
class
for you.
president,
Yeah.
That was fun.
I voted for you because I thought I'd get benefits. The benefits were that he'd sleep with me.
Yeah. You're like, happy
was the beginning
birthday,
to a beautiful friendship.
Mr. President. It was always fun. It was so easy to win those contests. I was such like I'd be the worst politician because I just lie to people about like things.
He did. I can remember him. He'd go up and he'd be like, and Mr. Hogan's like, don't make promises you can't keep. Mitch will go up and be like, instead of math, we'll have Beyblade dueling. Instead of science, we'll play magic cards. And I'm like, oh shit, this is the best. I'm voting for him. And everyone else would try to. It'd be like, yeah, I'll see if once a week we can't get like a 20-minute like free time period.
I went fucking Obama. I was like, we got Mitchell care, everybody.
No more detentions. And I'm like, I'm in.
I'm like, Justin gets carried out of class once more a week for your entertainment. See, it was shit like that was exciting. Like seeing something like that.
That happened.
Still though, like throughout the years,
Mr. Hogan.
That was just fun to watch. I like seeing kids like fucking misbehave and get in trouble and mess with the teachers.
I remember.
I just hated everybody.
That Jessica girl we had in our class.
I forgot about her.
Yeah, I don't remember her last name, but she would always get in trouble because she was like the worst student. And that was like the highlight of my day. Was I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'm not allowed to go out at lunch recess, but look at this kid.
She's a wreck. Yeah, I'd like see her now.
I remember one time, I bet she's hot and like completely turned
I want to know what her last name was. Do you know?
Me too. No, I don't.
I don't know. I just remember her being there in 2nd grade. After that, I forget where she went. I just remember kind of being
her being there in 3rd grade.
So I want to see how hot she is now.
Yeah, because she was in 3rd grade. She came into the class when we did the lice check, and her mom was there. And I can remember this because I was like, if I had lice, I wouldn't tell anyone.
Yeah,
I'd just leave, and if they were like, Brandon, you were gone for a week, what was up? I'd be like, oh, I was sick. She comes in and goes, Mom, you know those weird bug things that live in your hair? They laid eggs. And I was like...
Yeah, if you had lice like that,
I'm like leaning over, nudging Kaylee Mason beside me. Like, you hear that? She's got lice. And
what
she's
a
like,
real piece of shit.
She's like, don't touch me.
Don't touch me. Who are you? Oh, that's funny.
Kaylee Mason, Matt LeBlanc and I were in love with this girl.
Love of your childhood.
Like, she didn't even know who I was. And I was like, oh man.
Look at you now. Hip as a motherfucker.
If she could see me now, she'd wish she dated me in grade 6.
Yeah. That's awesome. Oh god.
I can remember.
I wish we could go back with the minds we had now and just fuck with everybody. Get people in trouble.
Or go back now and like see ourselves then.
Yeah.
Be like, listen, you're gonna be way cooler than that when you grow up. Except I'd do that, but then I'd be worried that I'd grow up and wouldn't be cooler than I was. Like, I would stay that same weird, like, awkward kid. My favorite, one of my favorite memories, because I didn't like Travis Strang through high school, through any of my schooling. I never got along with him. I always thought you were good friends with him. I don't know why.
He's just some guy.
Yeah. But I never really liked him. And now one of my favorite memories is we were at, like, we had an elementary school dance. And they're like, whoever does the chicken dance the best gets to choose the next song. And he won. And he put on Tub Thumpin' by Chumbawamba. I remember that song? No. It's like, I get knocked down, but I get up again. Yeah, he chose that song. He, like, comes up and it's playing, and he's got his arms crossed, and he's, like, nodding his head like...
What a douche.
Like, he's so cool, right? And I'm standing there, I'm like, really? Like, this is the song you chose? And Daniel Harvey's like, good song! And I was like, not at all.
Not at all, man. You fucked up.
Where's Mitchell? You were off slow dancing with Ashley Dykeman?
Probably. I was kind of a pimp.
Throughout, like, a lot of the things in my life are based off of things Mitchell, like, these ideas I had about Mitchell that turned out to be completely false.
Yeah.
Like, when I was growing up, I thought he was, like, this big, like, player type. And then, like, I meet up with him after not seeing him often for, like, 3 or 4 years. Like,
yeah.
I meet up with him. I realize he's just a normal guy who doesn't, like, hook up with all these girls. I was like, oh, goddamn. Like, that was incorrect. The other one actually shaped my life, because when we were kids... We were trying to pick
I don't remember this.
Yeah, he doesn't remember this at all. Like, this is just a throwaway lie to him. But we're sitting there, and we're trying to pick a movie to watch. Like, I'm at his house staying the night, because I stayed the night there quite often.
Yeah.
And
that's when we had butt sex.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
But then he's like, "What movie do you want to watch?" And I was like, "What's this? Fucking, I can't even remember the name. Sleepy Hollow." I was like, "Is that based on the story?" And you're like, "Yeah, it's like a scary movie. I watch that. I watch all scary movies. I don't get scared." And I was like,
I do not remember that saying.
And I was like, "Oh man, like." That's badass. Like, I'm gonna have to. So, like, I trained myself to not be scared anymore. And then, like, this year, I mentioned that. He goes, "Oh, I really said that? That was a lie, man. I get scared all the time."
I'm a big fucking pussy.
So now, like, I sit through horror movies. I'm like, oh, God, so dumb. Not even scary. Because of, like, something I forced myself to do because he said, because I wanted to be cool like him.
I don't remember that at all. I don't really remember. I remember being cool in, like, elementary school, and I can honestly say I remember being pretty cool in elementary school. Middle school came around and it was like fading away. Like, by the time I got to high school, I was just like, oh, that guy. Like, I wasn't like I was popular, but I wasn't like.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, because it's like throughout elementary school, I was like, I don't know why he wants to be friends with me. Because I'm like this weird, like kind of fat, like.
Brandon was the person who just had. Like, I could not see him for months, and then I remember, because when you came down to visit me here for the first time, I hadn't talked to him in months and months, and he sits down, and he starts telling me within, like, 10 seconds a story about how he was at the hospital, and he had just found his chain wallet, and he started swinging it at a kid who was sick, trying to, like, defend yourself against whatever disease he had, like, and I was fucking dying, and that's when I knew, I was like, that's the guy. He's funny as shit.
But it was like, our story of how we met, quite touching. But
Quite
it's like
touching.
It's like not many people who are friends in grade 2 like that meet on
Stick
like the
around,
first day.
yeah.
Yeah, they don't stay friends. But then like throughout elementary school, we stayed good friends. I'm like, I don't really know why he hangs out with me. Like I'm this weird, fat, kind of nerdy kid. I play a lot of video games. He skateboards. I'm not athletic at all. And then like middle school rolled around. And he hung out with like the crowd everyone thought was cool. Which was,
They weren't,
but like they thought they were, and like everyone in our grade was like, they're cool. And Mitchell would be like, "Hey Brandon, come on over," and I'd like not fit in. It'd be really awkward. And then, yeah, I don't know why you were friends with me.
You're the funny one. Like, that's the thing. I've always tried. Like, I was talking about this with someone the other day. I hate that we're going to have to cut this, but I say what we'll do is we'll pause, and then sometime soon we'll finish up the last hour. That'd be okay. Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah, I have a question when this is done, that's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was talking about that the other day. Like, I just need to be around people. If you're not funny, like, if I talk to you and you don't automatically just laugh at something I say, I don't want to be friends. Like, that's the way it is with people. Like, if you don't think I'm funny, then I'm never going to find you funny, and I don't want to be friends with you.
Yeah.
I can tell when someone's funny, and I can tell when someone's, like, really awkward. There's people in my class now who they're, like, still 17, and they think they're, like, they don't know themselves well enough.
I was like, I don't think I ever went through the stage where I didn't know myself.
Yeah, I mean...
I was always just kind of like, this is what I like.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I'm going with this. I'll take that dick. Looks good.
Was that caught in a house fire?
Brent today texts me and he goes, and I'm like, he's like, how am I getting in cheese? I was like, I got you covered. And I was like, all you gotta do is suck my cock. And he goes,
you're saying that like it's a bad thing?
Yeah, and I said, well, my dick was caught in a house fire.
Well, then I text him back and go, I forgot to mention, I have a weird fetish for Freddy Krueger dicks.
What the fuck does that mean?
That was, like, I'm just sitting on the train, and I was like, yeah, that seems like a normal thing to say.
So, what song do you want to put in on the break?
Is it my turn this week?
No, we're going to put in 2.
2?
Yeah.
I'm
putting in You Are the One by Shiny Toy Guns. If you don't know Shiny Toy Guns, they did the song for... I always reference... I don't even know if people remember it. It's a commercial for the Razr 2 from Motorola. In the commercial, they're in a subway station fighting with cell phones and kind of like cutting each other's clothes off. It's a song in the background.
And then she gets on the train.
But the people who make that song, they do another song. I'm putting that in.
I think I'm going to go with Untouched by the Veronicas.
Yeah.
You might remember this from 2008.
Yeah.
Don't judge me. Just please,
It's a real classic.
Don't.
I think we're just going to cut it here, and, well, for people listening, I mean, the second half of this will be...
Right. There won't even be a break.
It won't be, yeah, it'll be a little while, but it will be like a couple days from now. But anyway, we'll be back. More Fingerbang Radio Show. And we're back with more Fingerbang Radio Show. Now, Brandon, the break went on really long.
It's been minutes for you, but it's been days for me.
Really, like, what's it been, like, a week? About a week since we did that break, so...
We couldn't record last weekend because we went and saw one of my favorite people, Christopher Hardwick, perform comedy.
Is that the reason we left? That's not the reason we left.
That's... What?
That's not the reason we left. We stopped the show early.
No, we stopped the show early to go see Sheezer, and then last weekend we couldn't record because we saw Chris Hardwick.
Well, what the hell? It's been 2 weeks then.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
This has been 2-week break. That's long. Usually during the break we go and eat chips.
And
so
maybe drink a coffee.
I've had lots of chips and lots of coffee. To you guys, we only had one chip and one of coffee.
Well, it depends how... Like, you listen to 2 songs. That's like, oh, I got half my coffee done. Like, 6 chips shoved in my face. It's time to go.
Come back all...
Yeah, kind of gross.
So I guess we'll recap the big events of our life. Sheezer,
amazing.
excellent, like usual. Very excited to go.
I believe you encountered someone there that you'd like to talk about.
Well, we show up. I was supposed to sell merch at the sale, so we got there late, of course, because the buses are terrible. Then we arrived probably like 20 minutes late. Oh my god, no you don't. Take that back.
I take it back.
So we went in, started like just sitting at the table, like about to sell stuff.
Well,
but there was 2 other people that I knew who were doing it too. So
yeah, so the way we're sitting, they're at the actual merch table. We're off on a table at the side, like looking at people, and every once in a while, Mitchell would look up and go, "You should buy a shirt," and they'd be like, "No," and then all right,
I really don't care. And then the girls were like, if you don't want to, you can just go watch the show. Like, covering this table is not that hard. So that's what we did.
Yeah.
And then went and watched the show. It was excellent. This time we couldn't go front row because the place was jam-packed.
We got there up there late. For the opening band, we sold merch, in air quotes.
Yeah.
But we didn't actually do
whatever. I didn't really care about them.
No, they... Anyway.
So we're standing there watching Sheezer. Now, if you don't know Sheezer, we've mentioned them before. All-girl Weezer cover band. So they do all of...
they only play Weezer.
Yeah, they only play really Blue Album and, like, Pinkerton, like, mostly.
A little bit.
Pretty loose, you know. But, really awesome, really good. They really do kick ass.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent band. But the girls... There's a girl standing behind us, and she goes... I wonder if they wrote any new songs. I was like, what the hell? Like, you gotta be retarded.
I figure because Sheezer's not like this huge, like, popular band, you have to know when you're going to see them what their whole shtick is.
Yeah.
Like, Sheezer, like, that's the appeal. Mm-hmm. So, like, you show up and you hear all these songs, you wouldn't, like, I don't know. It seems really weird.
I'm not going there for, like, Sheezer originals.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going there so I can yell "Say It Ain't So" as loud as I can. And that's it.
I had lost my voice, so I was that weird guy who was standing in the audience, like, looking like he's yelling, but if you actually listened, I was whispering.
Yeah.
So I looked like an idiot there.
Well, it was excellent.
It was
either
amazing.
way. And then, So then last weekend, wow, that was a big break. The amount of chips. Then I got...
The whole time, I just shoveled.
Now, I'm going to talk about this, and I know there's probably people who are annoyed at me talking about it, but it was just very exciting, so I'm just going to bring up the smaller parts about it. John Doerr.
Oh, right. I am very tired of you talking about it, and I'd appreciate it if you'd shut your mouth about Mr. Doerr.
Oh, man. He's mad. Oh, well. I'll do it anyway. Your hair got really thrown around there.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about long hair is it really, like...
accentuates your anger.
It emotionally charges all my sentences.
You're like an anime character.
Yeah, it's like if I take my hat
shitty
off
one, but
and I get upset, I can like run my hand through my hair, and it's like, oh, he's really upset.
Oh, is he okay?
Yeah.
Oh, but like you said, you've been petitioning for years that you look better wet. Maybe you should just do that.
Yeah, I do. I've been saying it for years and years since grade 8. I've been telling anyone who will listen. I look
really anybody.
Anybody. They don't even have to listen.
I look better parched, I think.
Yeah.
When someone's like, oh, he looks like he could have a soda. I think when I look the best.
I think I look the best when I'm wet, like it's raining, but I look really happy.
Yeah.
Like, you're having a good day and it just starts raining. You're like, fuck it, I don't really care. It's summer. Like that kind of time. That's when I look best, because people look at me and they're like, oh, it's looks like he just walked out of a movie. I'd let him father all my children. And then I'm like, joke's on you. I wear condoms.
Joke's on you. I'm impotent. So have fun getting diddled.
If I ever become impotent, I'm not going to tell my wife, and then like I'll be like, oh god, like pregnancy scare, and then afterwards I'll be like, oh man, this was all an elaborate prank. I'm actually impotent, and then that'll be my way to make her divorce me.
Oh,
when I'm done with my marriage to lights.
Yeah. All right, man. Good plan. Solid plan.
I feel I should explain that statement. I don't like Lights songs at all.
What's Lights like? Explain Lights for people who don't know.
Lights is a Canadian recording artist from Toronto.
Okay.
I don't know her real name, but I guess I do.
Mrs. Lights?
She legally changed her first name to Lights, all capitalized for style.
Really?
Excuse me, and flair.
Style, excuse me, and flair.
Yeah, old sperm.
Yeah.
I'm like a meta podcaster. Meta podcasting.
Yeah, you are. You're meta podcasting right now. Let's just cover other shows. That'll be fine. Anyway. Yeah, Lights. You're gonna marry her?
Well, see, my
Divorce
plan
her.
was there was a Lights concert for like what, $5 or something.
That we didn't even go to.
Yeah,
I was at my school.
I was gonna go, but my plan was to meet her, seduce her, marry her, divorce her, and get half her assets, because, like, let's be realistic, in today's society, 50% of marriages end in divorce. I'm not gonna fight the statistics.
Yeah, you're not a mathematician.
Exactly.
Not at all.
Anyway, yeah, that was the whole...
All right, where were we? What was I saying?
You were talking about John Doerr.
Okay, so a friend of mine works at CHUO. It's a Ottawa U community station here in Ottawa. So he does a show on there every week called like Hop the Fence or something. I don't know where the title's from. Who am I to judge? So I'm sitting doing a show with him at Algonquin, and we're on a break. Like there's a song playing, and he mentions John Doerr. So of course I freaked out because I love John Doerr, and then he tells me that he's interviewing him for an hour that Friday. That Friday, I'm supposed to head to Kingston with Brandon and Kara, my girlfriend, because we're going to Chris Hardwick on Saturday. So I'm like, sorry guys, I'm going to come tomorrow morning, because there's no way I'm missing interviewing John Doerr.
He calls me.
Oh, God.
It's 12 in the morning, and because he can't yell in excitement because he's on the middle floor of his house, he's talking to me, and he decided, like, oh, instead of, like, excited, I'm going to choose the tone of, I just found out my girlfriend's pregnant.
Yeah.
So I answer the phone. He's like, Brandon? I'm like, yeah, man, what's up? And he goes, I have something to tell you. And, like, in that moment, I was like, I'm a fucking uncle. Yeah. I'm a fucking uncle.
Yeah. You can't deal with that. Oh, my God. I can't deal with that. Kid would be so unhealthy. You just be kimchi all day. That's all you'd eat. Kimchi or like ramen noodles and coffee.
I'm out of kimchi.
You okay, kid?
You'll be like, instead of using like boiling water, just pour the coffee in the kimchi.
Yeah.
Why'd you say that? Vomit.
Anyway, so of course I went and interviewed John. So I'm standing outside waiting for him to show up.
I like how you're on a first name basis with him.
Yeah, I call him Johnny. Sometimes, Johnny boy, dickhead. Whatever I can call him.
Yeah.
I've
heard that's...
Hey, guy. That's usually what I go with. He showed up, and he's just a pretty regular guy. He was like he had like a backpack on, he had a hat, and he was just like walking around downtown Ottawa. Like, what I found strange is, like, for me, it's such a big, like, celebrity thing. But for people, he's just walking by in hallways. Like, they have no idea who he is. Like, to me, I'm like, you guys... That guy's on television.
That guy's television. It's John Doerr.
Of television. The medium television. He's on that. Really cool, really like straightforward guy. Asks a lot of questions. Like that's what he does. Like he'll just ask you a bunch of stuff. and I knew it was going to be fun to interview him when we were sitting in the studio before the show, and he had told us that he used to go to Algonquin College, where I go now, and we were like, oh man, when did you do that? And he goes, pre 9/11. That to me, I was like, I'm sold, man. You're going to be a funny guy. And I was happy with my response, because I was like, when everything changed, you know. But anyway, great guy. It was fun. Got a picture with him and everything, you know, really funny interview. And then that night, went home, and then the next morning woke up, got on a bus, head to Kingston to meet up with Brandon and Kara, drove to Trenton, drove to Toronto, and then we got to see Chris Hardwick, if you want to talk about that.
Chris Hardwick, to me, he's like my favorite comedian of all time.
He's your John Doerr. You call him Chris.
I do. I call him Chris, Christopher, Asshat sometimes.
Asshat, yeah.
Yeah.
Christopher Hardwick.
Yeah.
Get over here.
Sometimes I'm
You're
Gilbert
Jewish.
Godfrey.
I thought it was Jewish mother.
I don't know.
Is that Gilbert Godfrey?
Oh, that was Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't.
Like, I'm Gilbert Godfrey.
That's
Gilbert
a better
Godfrey. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but it was like a bad Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah,
but yeah. Anyway,
I don't want to listen back to that.
No, I don't.
Oh.
Anyway,
so
scary. I'm like super excited. Like, we're going to this comedy show. It's Mitchell, Kara, me, and my mom. Which, like, most people be like, why would you go to a comedy show?
Your mom loved that show. She was dying.
My mom.
I was sitting next to her. She was dying the whole time.
My mom is like the coolest mom. Well, one of the coolest moms.
Yeah, you take that back, guy.
She's great. Like, when we got to Trenton before we went to the show, we go up to my room. I'm showing like the Kara in my room, and I have condoms from my last relationship that like never got used. So I'm like, here, you guys take them. And my mom's walking into the room, and Mitchell's like, are you sure? Because there's like quite a few.
I got them all here. Like, I swear, and there's like different kinds, and it's nuts.
Yeah, no, I consider myself a connoisseur of the Trojan condom brand.
I thought you were gonna be like a vagina.
No, I've seen like one on the internet.
Well, there's vagina on there.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm having the opposite thing as you. I just found out
my house.
My porn box can do more than just that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm making audio on it. Anyway.
Yeah,
your mom said,
he's like, I can really have all these? And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to use them. And my mom walks in, and she just looks at me and goes, who knows? You might get lucky. And then continues, like, it goes into some other conversation.
Yeah, I found that very strange.
I realize, like, a lot of people, like, it's weird, but I don't know. Like,
I don't really care, yeah.
Yeah, my mom raised me by herself for, like, the majority of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the last year, it was, like, a really kind of more friendship than, like, mother and son.
Remember when she was like, do you want to go see Jeff? And you were like, no. Like, that was like, you're like, are you nuts? Of course not.
Jeff is my ex-stepdad, and he was the biggest, here's a classic insult for you. I'm gonna go back, reach back in time. Douche nozzle.
Douche nozzle.
Douche nozzle.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's the nozzle of the douche.
Thought this was a Christian podcast.
It was
until I said
douche nozzle. Yeah. He is just a big dick. Yeah, my mom always jokes like, hey, he wants to see you. Do you want to see him? And, like, there's not a fucking chance.
Yeah.
Anyway, we go see Chris Hardwick.
Absolutely excellent.
The funniest, like, the whole time he was up doing his stand-up, I was laughing, like, so hard. I couldn't breathe at some points. I did, like, the seal move where you're just kind of, like, making arfing noises and clapping your hands because you can't breathe. Like that for, like, his whole show. And then after the show, he goes out and he's, like, he's signing shit and, like, nice guy. I was fangirling so hard.
You fangirl pretty hard.
Oh, it was bad.
His autograph right there.
Yeah, I have it in his book.
Yeah, you got his book. How is it?
It's good. It's the thing is, I can't recommend it to you.
Oh, really?
Not because it's a bad book. I love it. It's just what it is he wrote it, and it's like for really nerdy people, and it kind of tells you how to harness your nerdiness to be able to do better at the things you want. It's almost like a self-help book, but not really. It's hard to explain.
That'd be hard because I'm so cool.
Yeah, that's why I can't suggest it to you. Well. He's sitting here in a dress shirt with a vest.
Yeah, was trying to channel. I didn't realize it until someone said they were like, "Man, you're kind of like David Tennant today." To which I was like, "Oh my god!"
He just popped a boner. I
I was like, "Wow!" I forgot David Tennant wore a vest during his Doctor Who run.
Yes, he did.
So I was very excited because
very Whovian of you.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan. So yeah, I'm liking it.
Yeah,
good. There's a lack of pocket watch.
Yeah, I own a pocket watch.
You think you're nerdy? Dude, I have a Full Metal Alchemist pocket watch.
I wasn't saying it like nerdy. Huh? I'm saying like fancy. I own an actual poket watch. Motherfucker.
I own... I'm not going to keep repeating it.
No, I will. He owns...
No! She'll leave me! Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. Yeah, whatever.
Back to the main point of this story. We keep going off, but I really want to get to this point.
Is your mom thinks you're going to get laid. So take the condoms.
That I won't, but yeah, there's that. Okay. And, no, the whole, like, the Chris Hardwick story, getting back to my roots here,
like the real black man you are.
Yeah. So after the show...
Stop doing it.
After the show...
I just want to check if I was making noise out of my mouth.
After the show, I'm waiting outside, Mitchell and Kara are getting their pictures taken, and this lady walks by me. She's like, I don't know, maybe mid to late 20s, like not very old, and she goes, I'm assuming she's talking to her boyfriend. It was the guy she's with. She turns to him and she goes, yeah, it was good, but it was no Robin Williams. And I was like, what? Like, is that an insult? I don't get it, because, like...
That's where I'm, like, I'm afraid to say anything, because people have this, idea of Robin Williams, that he's this brilliant comedian, which, don't get me wrong, like, I see the appeal, and, like, he definitely is a funny guy, but, like, I don't like Robin Williams. I've never seen him in a movie and been like, that was great. Like, I don't like him at all.
Not even like, Mrs. Doubtfire?
Mrs. Doubtfire, I could stab someone... Like, I would probably lose a finger if no one ever had to watch that movie again. Like, I'd be like, you're going to destroy every VHS copy from 1997? You can cut my finger off.
DVD or Blu-ray.
I don't think it ever got there.
I'm pretty sure Robin Williams
Okay, well, 2 fingers. Blu-ray and DVD, it's a combo.
No, I'm pretty sure that'd be 3.
3? And
3
all
fingers?
future...
Would you... Yeah. Like, so no more incantations of...
No, I don't like him. I think Robin Williams' old stand-up was probably genius. And, like, I haven't seen that much of it.
Starting out, it was probably
good. But I feel now, like, once you make Flubber, was that him?
Yep.
Once you make Flubber, that one about the robot.
What? No, it was like a gel, that band.
No, there's another one about a robot. Remember that movie? He was like a robot.
Oh, Bicentennial Man.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't make the movie.
What the hell isn't Bicentennial 100 years?
No.
Well, first of all, what's a bicentennial?
Bi would be 2. It's like bisexual.
So 200 years?
Sex. Centennial is 100. So like the
200
man.
200 man. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why was it called Bicentennial Man?
I don't know.
If you know the answer, you can email us at fingerbangradio@gmail.com.
I don't expect our 5 viewers will know why Robin Williams was in a movie.
They have Google, and if you like, we'll talk about you on the show.
Yeah.
You'll be basically famous. So what I decide today, we'll get back to your thing. I just want to just plug this. We're going to start, because we're very poor.
Very. We're in a shack.
Remember that mansion from episode 1 that we were in? Episode 0, we were in a mansion. And look at us now.
Hard times. Our stocks in Tang plummeted.
Yeah, they plummeted.
And who would have seen that coming?
Yeah, I thought everyone loved astronaut orange juice.
Yeah, like, come on.
It's crazy.
I don't understand today's society.
So, because we don't have the money to host the episodes right now until I do get the money from my tax returns, I'm going to...
taxes like an adult.
I do. I'm kind of grown up. I'm wearing a vest.
He's wearing a vest.
Okay.
I'm wearing a white t-shirt and a scarf.
Yeah.
Indoors.
It's not cold in there. It's not bad.
Surprisingly warm.
So, I'm going to put the episodes up on YouTube, and people have been asking me. They have. What are you going to do for video, Mitchell?
All 2.
What are you going to do for video? And I'm just going to put our logo, which I designed. Actually, do you like that?
Yeah.
What I did?
Yeah, I did.
Do you want to change the color? I think it'd look better in, like, red.
We'll look at it with red, but I like the blue so far.
Okay, we'll do that after this, but I'll put that up, and I'll also write on it. I don't know.
Thumbs up for hand jobs.
I'll be release new episodes every Saturday or something, because we do the show every Friday, so I'll just say new episodes every Saturday.
Yeah, it gives you time to edit.
Gives me time to edit, and
then we can ask for subscriptions in exchange for some handy jobs.
And I can put the email address and stuff on there.
It's my fancy.
Yeah, he just did a hand job motion, but he had his pinky out.
I gotta keep it classy.
Because he's a classy prostitute.
You gotta pay bicentennial amounts of dollars.
That's like $200-something. That's
$100.
Is it really called that? I don't understand that.
Yeah, I'll IMDb it, but I'm 100% certain it's called bicentennial, man.
That's unnecessary.
If I'm wrong, I'm not going to admit it, and I'm just going to say I'm right anyway.
Yeah, because I won't look.
I don't want to look like an idiot in front of the five.
Anyway, if you do have any more information on Robin Williams' shitty movie, Bicentennial Man, Flubber, thoughts on Mrs. Doubtfire, you can email us at fingerbangradio@gmail.com. Also, if you want to get in touch with us, you can get us on Facebook at The Fingerbang Radio Show on Facebook.
Bicentennial Man.
Bicentennial Man.
One robot. Okay, it's because it's one robot's 200-year journey to become an ordinary man.
That sounds shitty.
Yeah,
Let's never watch that, please.
Oh, he gradually acquires emotions throughout the movie.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. How about that? Back to Chris Hardwick, if you want to.
I don't know. There's not much else to say.
It was a good show. The opening acts, I didn't...
The girl was pretty funny. There was a girl, I can't remember her name for the life of me.
I was too focused on, it's Chris Hardwick.
Yeah, and then there was a guy who just kind of tried to get shock laughs by making fun of dying kids.
Yeah.
That was weird.
And then the host, too, I was like, he's funny, but I mean...
He was trying to copy Chris Hardwick's style.
Yeah, like the way he talked, I noticed that too. Yeah, couple little things where I was like, man, come on, you're better than that.
Yeah, he's like, I'm a nerd, and you could tell he didn't.
Yeah, really I was like, you're not a nerd at all, man.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm going for what was it? Gay rodeo.
That part, okay, I actually like that, where he was like, the look I'm going for is gay rodeo
That was funny
Wolverine.
Until he started to act it out, and then he was trying to be that's when he was really trying to be like Chris Hardwick, because he started to try to do the voices, and I was like, just stop.
Yeah, that's very true. But no, Chris did great. I was really impressed with the show.
Funny.
I wish it would have been closer, but that place was pretty packed. It
was sold out.
After that, we just what do we do?
We went back to Trenton, got drunk with my mom.
Oh my god! We stop at the liquor store because we're like, man, let's get some wine, eh? So Kara always buys this wine because it's like $8 a bottle. It's called Jackson Triggs. I don't know
what the Kara Classic.
Yeah, I don't know if you can get anywhere else in Ontario, in the country. But anyway, if you can, it's called Jackson Triggs. It's a shitty $8 bottle of red wine.
It's the best shitty $8 bottle of wine.
It tastes fine. Whatever, I'll drink it. So we bought the 1.5 liter bottle,
and then we got another bottle of just some random ass brand that I got because I thought the label was kind of funny.
The label was very Sex and the City.
Yeah,
it was like, you're a single girl. And all you want is a nice red wine.
You're sexy, smart, and classy. But then you don't really care about big words or something.
Yeah, it's like you don't care about big name labels.
Yeah, and that was a shitty bottle of wine.
I don't really remember it after the first 1.5 liters. I forgot what was going on.
I just remember drinking it and being like, it tastes like juice. And my mom's like, oh, let me try it. And she drinks it. She's like, tastes like battery acid. And I was like, that's juice.
That's juice. So at one point, me and Brandon went upstairs to the bathroom, and there's two bathrooms next to each other. It was
one's the master bedroom. One's a master bathroom, so it's got a bathtub, a shower.
Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Either way, it's basically just two toilet rooms next to each other. So I walk in as the one he is, so we start fighting over the bathroom. So I kind of start tickling him, and we're laughing because we're trashed out of our minds. And then I just give up and go in the other bathroom.
5 glasses each in.
The whole time I'm peeing, I'm laughing. That we basically had a tickle fight over the bathroom. And when I come out, I was like, Brandon, that was the biggest fight we've ever had. Oh my god.
Think about, the girls had 2 glasses each. My mom had 1.5. Kara had
drinking. It wouldn't end.
I just didn't stop.
I got to the point where I told Kara, I was like, take my wine away. And then at one point I raised my hand and she was like, Mitchell, do you have a question?
It's because we were talking about a teacher and you just raised your hand. And I was like, what are you doing, man? And you're like, oh, I felt like I had to.
And then I asked her for my wine back.
I was so drunk.
Yeah.
I was like telling my mom like of my adventures at university.
Yeah.
And like some of those, I'm thinking back, I'm like, oh God, why did I tell her that?
Yeah, you did mention a joke where I was told that.
Cack.
Yeah, well, I had like texted you and said you're gonna diddle those girls.
I didn't say that.
I did. I said that to your mother.
You said that to my mother. Okay, I didn't. I just said they want your cack.
No,
and I was like,
it's
funny because
I was like, no, I texted Brandon when he was sitting there like chatting up those girls, and I told him that he was gonna diddle them. So I'm sure your mom
it was like a callback from my mom probably because Chris Hardwick's like talking about how you don't finger girls anymore, and we're there, and I told her about the radio show, like our podcast, which isn't a big deal, but then I was like, it's called Fingerbang Radio, and I should have left it at that.
Yeah,
that would have been fine because you'd be like, oh, they're just immature. Instead, I had to explain that I came here like 2 years ago.
Give away the secrets, Brandon. Those are secrets of the show.
Are they?
I think we need some kind of mystery.
Well, I figure that before we show ourselves live, we can host like for our like 5 viewers, we can be like, which one's which, and it'll be like a picture of us.
They'll know. I've described you many times. Plus, I plan on wearing this vest on my first live show.
I want to like have a rose, like if we ever take a picture for our show, I'll have like a rose and look kind of like confused, like what the fuck am I doing? And then,
all right,
like biting a rose. I think that'd be funny. It'll be like the cover to my book.
We have blood coming out the sides of your cheeks.
Maybe like
a rose. Ooh,
because like both, and it just looks like I'm a shitty vampire.
You're a shitty vampire. Good job.
You got blood all over your face.
Yeah, you're a shitty vampire, Brandon.
Yeah,
I've always said that about you.
It's true. It's come up ever since we met in grade 2. It's like, what do you think of Brandon? He's a shitty vampire. I'm like, dude, I'm not a vampire.
Yeah, exactly.
you're really bad at being.
You should really work harder at it. I was thinking about like, why are mummies part of the like monster crew? Why is that a thing?
Same reason zombies are. They're just zombies wrapped up.
That's stupid. Zombies aren't part of it. I'm talking like the monster crew, like there's Frankenstein, werewolf, Dracula.
Oh, Curse of the Mummy. It wasn't just the mummies alive. It was like it'll follow you till it kills you.
But what, is it gonna rip me apart or something?
Yeah.
Because I always want, like, you never see it, so I'm like, what does it just kind of push you?
No.
Gets to you like, and then it's just.
I think it also uses.
Knock it off, mummy.
Colored magic.
All you gotta do though, if a mummy gets at you, you just grab the one like
You're basing this off that episode of Scooby-Doo you saw,
Yep,
aren't you?
the one piece of toilet paper, and you pull hard enough, and then you
spins. Find out it's Mr. Jenkins from the mill.
No, the Toy Factory.
Toy Factory.
Wow, you should really catch up on your Scooby-Doo episodes.
Yeah.
That was like, I saw a Scooby-Doo porn not that long ago.
Oh, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here.
It was hilarious. I was laughing like the whole time. Like it was funny because you know when you're like watching porn and you don't because I know your habits.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't masturbate.
Yeah.
I'm not even 100% sure what that is.
I'll explain to you later.
Is that just eating a lot of food?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so when you eat a lot of food, you know when you're watching porn and there's like, I'm just going to assume you do.
I don't watch porn.
Shut up, Brandon. You watch porn. They'll try to put a storyline in it. So the first 20 minutes, they're following the storyline. And it'll be like, oh, you're in detention, and oh my God, what are you gonna do? How can I get out of? Don't fail me. Well, you're gonna have to touch me on my penis.
Well, no, it's always the girl like initiates it. She's like, well, there's
something I
could do.
And I can't do this. I'll get in trouble.
Yeah, and the guy never sits there, and he's never like, I have a wife. He's like, oh yeah, you're better than my wife.
I've never seen that one.
Oh,
I always find it's like, I'm going to get in trouble. Oh, okay, I'll do it.
You haven't seen Horny Co-ed Sluts Surprise Party 2?
No, it's on my in queue for Netflix.
Oh, yeah. I'm really glad that Netflix brought in porn to their family-friendly lineup.
I got that, then Bus Stop Sluts 3.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
My favorite's Ass Masters 7, the conclusion. It's
Yeah.
not not really a conclusion. Yeah, there's a
storyline really dropped off when they brought in Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, that was a weird
Jar Jar Dinks.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is like the porn will go for the first 10 minutes. There'll be like that storyline. So it's like, okay, it's like it's bad acting.
Yeah.
Which I'm always amazed when it's good acting.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
I'm like, why'd you go into porn?
Yeah, I'm like, man, it's like there'll be blood. But that would be a terrible.
There will be cum.
There would be a terrible porn title. There'll be blood.
Well, I guess that'd be like you'd flip it over and it'd be like virgins or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't watch it.
No, me neither. So the first 10 minutes, there's a good story going on, but then by like the time they're like halfway through like a sex scene, they've forgotten that they're doing a story. So they don't keep up with the whole like I'm your teacher and kind of thing. So by the end of it, it's like they've forgotten that they're characters because they're not wearing the costumes or anything. But that's why
porn stars are very simple-minded.
Yeah, they have like a really bad ADD because they'll just forget.
Yeah.
Like, and they'll get distracted by the doing it. But the Scooby-Doo one, I was very impressed because
they stayed in character.
They stayed in character. Like, at one point, okay, you haven't seen porn until you've seen someone taking it up the butt going, what does Velma say?
Jinkies.
Yeah. Until you see that, or until you see a guy going, oh, Velma, like doing the voice. And
I don't know.
There was no dog. Though.
That's good.
Yeah,
that would have been
the thing because
weird.
I said something. They're like, "Oh, there was a dog," and I was like, "I never even thought of that." No, there is no Scooby Doo in it. Like, there's no dog. Not even like a dog that they talk to in the middle of the scenes. Like,
there's I haven't seen the Scooby Doo one. One I have seen. I watched it for the storyline because I don't masturbate.
Yeah,
that's weird and kind of gross. It was Star Trek. And I feel that I have seen porn because I've seen a man with like the pointy ears and a guy pretending to be Captain Kirk about to double team a girl, and like he looks up and the Captain Kirk guy looks up at Spock and he's like, come on, they called him Spunk, and it's a porn. They're like, Spunk, we have to double team this girl, and he's like, that's not logical, Captain. But then they do it anyway.
Which is weird. Spock, he kind of gave up.
But it was like, they're like standing there, and he like turns around, and he's like, Scotty, beam her over, but leave the clothes.
Pretty good.
But they also reference that they had a low budget, because like they walk through a hallway, and they go, and this is the hallway to the medical lounge. Because we're in the future, though, every hallway looks the same, so it's easy to get lost. And then they walk off. And it's true, like every time they went through a hallway, it was that one. So I was like, I like how they did that.
Yeah. Because in the future, that's true.
Yeah.
They've been working on that. All hallways will be the same.
In my DeLorean.
I was making Back to the Future references today at school. Nobody got it. It was just me and Conrad just doing Back to the Future.
Upsetting.
I said 1.21 gigawatts, and people are like, what's that? Ugh.
A gigawatt's not a thing.
Yeah. And I'm like, the only thing that can generate that much energy is a bolt of lightning. A what? A bolt of lightning! No one gets it. Whatever.
Get it to 88 miles an hour. Yeah, no, that's I've seen the first one with you while we were playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Classic. Sponsor.
From Tony Hawk himself.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the other two, though. I feel like I owe it to the world to see Back to the Future 2 and 3.
You do owe it to the world? Yeah, that's true. Ugh.
I feel that's...
My throat is killing me. It's coming on like I woke up this morning and my throat is done.
My throat was bothering me for like a week.
I had to find Tylenol. Someone taught me a trick where you crush up Tylenol to a shot glass and just throw it into the back of your throat. And because there's no powder.
Yeah.
On
I actually don't.
Like, there's no coating on the Tylenol.
Oh, okay.
So it automatically goes right into your bloodstream, and the pain in your neck goes away. You're a pain in my neck.
I like to mix my Tylenol with
meth,
heroin.
Oh,
actually, I'm not some low class street junkie.
Oh, well, I was telling my mom years ago. She was like, it was weird talking about drugs or something. And I said, I will never do crack, and do you know why? Because I don't know what to do with it. Right?
I think you can smoke it.
I wouldn't know how to do it.
No, me
which
neither.
is embarrassing because I'd be like, what? Like, do I do?
Do I just kind of eat it? I'd eat it.
Would you eat it? You'd probably die.
Yeah, probably.
But I'd be at school walking around like the smoking section with a crack rock, and I'm assuming it's like fist size, walking around like this.
Yeah,
I know it isn't.
That's
That's when I'm like on top of the world, like guys, I'm king of the crack rock. But I'd be like,
I'm actually Tony Montana.
I'd really be walking around going like, guys, what do I do with this? They're like, lick it, man, lick the crack rock. But I don't know what I'd do with it.
I'd eat it like a hand fruit.
Yeah, like a hand fruit, like a good apple.
I'd be standing there and like crunching noises. I imagine it would make a crunch.
Yeah,
and then I'd be,
without a doubt.
People would be like, "Wow, that Brandon's really like he's done so much crack. He's just eating it like an apple." I'll be like, "No, it's my first time, man." Like,
So since our couple day break, Whitney Houston died. Very sad. I know you're shocked.
I'm not sad at all.
We're actually standing in line to get Chris Hardwick's autograph when I have an app on my phone, the Stitcher Radio. I have a phone. Kind of a big deal. Yeah, the Stitcher app, it's like a radio app, but they release every once in a while. They'll like send me like big news stories. So, and it's like Whitney Houston dead at 48. And I got it at like 8 at night or something, and I'm like, man, this happened it happened at like 2 p.m.
Yeah.
So whatever, shitty app.
I remember my mom she turns to me and she goes, "Yeah, it's been found out for sure. She's dead. How much you want to bet it was drugs?" And I was like, "Oh, am I betting for the drugs or like against it?" And she's like, "For." And I was like, "Well, then obviously I'm betting like all my money on that. That's a for sure outcome. Mm-hmm. If I bet against it, that'd be like betting on a dead horse in a race." And she looked at me, and the look was like disappointment,
but she get it.
Yeah, she got it, but she was disappointed that I went there.
I just didn't care. I felt like I'm like, do people really care about Whitney Houston that much?
Because she's dead now. They do.
Yeah,
same thing with Michael Jackson.
Stand that. Michael Jackson was the same way.
Everyone
Michael Jackson
was, making fun of him, like the Michael Jackson jokes, and then he died, and they're like, everyone's like, he was a saint. Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't really care. Don't get me wrong, he makes great music.
My cousin
got touched by Michael Jackson.
Well, no, that was me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Continue.
It was very confusing. But no, my cousin heard she worked at a senior's home or something. I don't really know. No, not really interested. She found out because the seniors have TVs in their rooms, and one guy was watching the news, and they're like, she walks in and she hears, Michael Jackson was found dead. She collapsed under the end of the guy's bed and just sat there, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "No."
Oh my god. I can never really be affected by a celebrity death that much, I don't think.
It's I'll be bummed out if I actually respected that what they did.
Yeah.
I admit Michael Jackson was good. I didn't listen to his music though.
Yeah, well.
If it was an artist I listened to, I'd be like, "Oh, that's shitty."
Oh, well, I just don't get the whole Whitney Houston thing. Really, anybody on the street, anyone who put up those Facebook posts "Rest in peace, Whitney Houston, you were a gift from God."
The best was
if you do that, and you only know that one song, and
from The Bodyguard. Yeah, from The Bodyguard.
Yeah, sure.
It is.
Yeah, I know. Sure, whatever. If that's the only song you know from her, then you're an idiot.
Yeah, you're not a fan.
You're not a fan. I can't name you more than one Whitney Houston song. I'm sure I've heard more over the years. I just don't realize. The only reason I know Whitney Houston is drugs, Bobby Brown beating the shit out of her,
and that's all.
And that one song.
And I'm pretty sure she played the role in The Bodyguard.
I feel, to me, it's the equivalent of, if Paula Abdul died from American Idol. I can name one Paula Abdul song. Other than that, I know her as the douchebag from American Idol. I don't know anything about her. Yeah.
Pretty sure she probably passed William Hung.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Do you remember him? Is he still relevant?
No, not at all.
He's released CDs.
You're bringing down the ratings of the show just by saying his name.
Do you remember Fox Kids?
Yeah.
They once had William Hung.
Didn't he have bad teeth?
Oh, he had bad teeth and he had a bad singing voice. But they brought William Hung on, and he sung songs. He sung Rocket Man.
He sang Rocket Man?
Yeah, on a commercial. They're like, "This is William Hung with Rocket Man." And I was like, I couldn't tell if they were doing it because it was funny or if they were actually William Hung. Kids love this guy.
That's how I can pick and choose the people I like in this world and the people I hate. The people I like didn't buy his CD. Not to say if you didn't buy his CD, it means I love you. I mean, I could probably still hate you. But if you did go out oh, it's so funny. I'm just gonna go pay $20 for his CD that people made because it's supposed to be funny. Like, you know, like there's something wrong with you. Like, what do you know about the world around? It's like I was in class and someone made a Charlie Sheen reference. They were like, in the words of Charlie Sheen, winning, and I was like, really?
That's still relevant?
Oh my god, they're fucking. I want to kill somebody when they do that shit. You brought up
the Charlie Sheen
thing. I hate them. I hate it. It's not funny. People with T-shirts of them who just make the references all day. Like, you're so behind. It was funny for a day.
But in Chris Hardwick's...
God damn it, Brandon! Oh, I hate it. Oh my god, I hate it so much. It's
Your
like
blood pressure is skyrocketing.
It is. It's the equivalent of if someone came up and they're like, "You are the weakest link. Goodbye." If they did that reference to me. I could
respect that though, because that's a reference from when I was like 9 years old.
I'm done. That was so overdone. It's not funny.
Yeah,
Continue. What were you saying?
Well,
I really
Chris
hate
Hardwick's book, he makes like a Charlie Sheen joke, and then in parentheses though, he's like, "Is that still?" He's like, "Isn't that funny? Remember when that was a relevant thing to say?"
Yeah.
And it's like he's doing it, but then making fun. So it's like I could accept that.
But there was literally a guy in my class who said "winning" to me, and I was like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you. You're so dumb."
Was it fuckhole?
It was some keener.
Was it bro?
It was a keener. I hate keeners.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what a keener is? Like someone who's really keen to do everything. Oh. They're always like, yeah, super fun. Like, we're sitting in class today, and we were talking to a bunch of people who work in big news stations around Ottawa. Like
the Twitter thing.
Yeah. So we're sitting there. There's a panel of people from like 1310 News, and like CFRA and CBC News, like big stations that do news, and they're all graduates of the program I'm in. So they're all sitting in front of us. But what they had done is set up this thing called what's it called? It's called like live tweets.
Yeah, they do it on Attack of the Show.
They do.
Remember when that was relevant?
Yeah, it's not anymore.
No.
Winning.
Chris Hardwick doesn't even show up on it anymore. No reason to watch.
He's too good. So they put up this screen, with like a projector, and if anyone watching are like watching the forum, which really essentially is only like 70 people, so it's not like a huge room. Like this is something you do at Comic-Con. That's why I thought it was. So anyway, if you tweet. I'll get back to that, though. I'll explain what I'm thinking. But
no, you mean like the live tweet wall at Comic-Con?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I thought you meant like this is something they should have done at Comic-Con. I was like, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Yeah, the news forum isn't like a nerdy Comic-Con thing. No, that's like a lame radio kids thing.
Yeah, they're like, what are they talking about? This is really boring. So. What you could do is if you tweeted at this, tweeted with a certain hashtag, it was like, I don't even remember what it was.
Like, it's something radio.
Some radio news, anyway. But if you tweet with that, you can set this thing up to show anybody who tweets using that hashtag. And it'll, like, put up the, like, thing. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, it'll put up the thing, and it'll have, like, your name and when you tweeted it. What are you doing?
Nothing.
You looked very suspicious there, getting your phone. It was very weird.
My phone.
Anyway, so there's a bunch of people in my class, and they won't stop.
Go on.
What is the matter with you right now? Is there something you need to know? What's happening?
Something I need to know. I need to know how the story ends, Mitchell.
Okay, fine. I'll get to it. Bunch of people in my class, and they will not stop tweeting at it. I'm like, first of all, you have to take it as fact that the teacher managed to get all these big names in news around like Ottawa to come down and talk to you. Meanwhile, you're entertained by the goddamn projector, just so you can write your stupid shit and post up there. But it's not even like they're writing anything funny. All they're doing is writing stuff like, I love radio news. And I'm like,
you don't?
No, you don't. Like, I hear you in the newsroom every single day going, I have to do a newscast. Oh, I hate it. Shut up. Like, you're such a keener. Like, oh my god, knock it off. That's all you do. It's like, you're so fake. Like, oh, I hate that so much. It's like, just, if you're gonna, like, not like it, just don't say anything. You don't have to post something there so that we can all go, oh, wow, he's a big fan of the program. Oh, let's get that guy a job. And then these people wonder why they don't have jobs, because you have no goddamn talent, because all you do
Jackson at
is suck
Cool
up
Guy
people.
96.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like, first of all, get a serious Twitter handle first.
At
like,
Brandon Doucette.
At Mitch Valier. That's it. Mitch Valier. You can follow us on Twitter if you want to. Like,
not my family. If you're my family and you hear that, don't do it. Don't fucking
don't
follow
do it,
me
Brandon's
on
family. And my family won't listen to this.
No, I post the dirtiest things. Lots of dick pics.
Yeah, dick
so
pics.
Family, don't look. Ladies.
Ladies in the family, look.
Not in the what? What?
Oh, sorry.
What?
Sorry, guy. Anyway, yeah.
Men of the family.
I just can't stand these keeners. I talked about it on a lot of shows, just these fake people. So anyway, me and my the people actually liking the program, like a good. Don't get me wrong. I know if anyone does listen to this, I do like most of the people in the program. It's great. There's great people there, but there's just the select few where I'm like, you're up to something.
The fuckhole.
Yeah.
He's just a hole for my dick.
Yeah, he is. Well, as long as we don't say names, we'll be fine. Yeah.
He has the handle fuckhole in my mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Back to the whole thing about the handle though, because like when you have like your Twitter handle, like
Twitter
your name.
Yeah.
But it's like back in middle school when you'd get an email account and like you just name it whatever.
I have people, I won't say their emails, but I have people of mine like in high school.
They still have it?
Yeah, they're like, here's mine. It's Shadow Puncher 422. I'm like,
what does that mean?
You punch shadows?
Well,
and you're the 422nd person to think of this. That's if I make a name and it tells me to put numbers, I don't put the numbers. I think of a new fucking name.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that's like
it's unprofessional too.
And like you look at it and you're like, there is at least 633 other people out there who thought of the nickname
Shadow Puncher.
Yeah.
If I'm ever hiring someone and they're like, here's my resume, I'll read through the whole thing. But if their email is like, you know,
cool guy,
or it's like cutie pie 73 XOXO, do you really think I'm gonna hire you? No, never in a million years. You're an idiot. Like, how long does it take to get a new email address? You can set it up in 3 seconds.
I have 2 emails.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I got my Gmail account, I got my Hotmail account, which is what I usually... No, actually I got 3 because I got my school email account. Plus, we got the email for the show.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Never ends.
Please email.
Please email fingerbangradio@gmail.com.
We're up. We're hip.
We're hip.
So, during the break, I can't comfortably sit like a cool guidance counselor in this chair.
Yeah.
I tried, if you're wondering why I said that. Over the break, it was Valentine's Day.
Oh, Valentine's Day. February that day.
14th.
Okay.
What were your plans?
Well, Brandon, now that you ask. No, I didn't do shit.
No.
We had gone out the week before to eat, like, to dinner anyway, and then for the weekend we went to Toronto, so really I cooked our food here, and then we watched a movie here, and that was it.
Well, that's romantic.
It was lovely. What did you do, Brandon?
I masturbated with my left hand.
I thought you didn't know what that was.
I don't.
You ate.
Yeah, I used my left hand. It was like
wow.
someone was feeding me.
Cool. Did you watch Scooby-Doo? Light candles?
I didn't watch Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
I watched the special features of Tron.
Oh, God. Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Sorry, bro. Like, I'm not going to... I don't want to, like... I love you, you know.
Yeah.
But that is, like...
It was a sad...
Of all things that you could be like, no, what I did on Valentine's Day? Like, you can be like, oh, I watched Tron. I would have been like, yeah, all right. But the fact that you were like, I'm going to watch the special features, that's kind of rough.
Well, because I decided... I was like, I'm going to watch Tron. Then I was like, no, I'm going to have a Tron marathon when I get back to my house in Trenton. So then I just put on the special features, and I was like, I'll watch all the special features. So I did, and then I proceeded to masturbate vigorously with my left hand to the special features.
Well, I mean, what's her name in the movie gets me
Olivia
going.
Wilde,
Yeah, naturally.
I
get
don't
it.
like her in like any other movie, but I do in Tron.
Yeah, me too. It's the hair.
Yeah.
Gets me.
Yeah.
And the futuristicness.
It's Tron that gets me.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Tron, if you're wondering. Like, I even like the 80s version.
Which, don't get me wrong, it's a great movie, but like I think maybe I can watch it every 4 years.
It's fucking hard to watch. The way I know that I'm ready for marriage is if a girl's looking, well, not ready for marriage, but like that I've found the girl of my dreams, is she thinks I'm funny.
Yeah.
She's not like a terrible person.
Not a terrible person. Check. I'll write that down.
Like, she accepts my nerdiness. And that when she's like, hey, let's watch a movie. And I'm like, all right, you can pick. Like, here's my collection.
She's like, ooh, Tron.
And she's going through. She goes, hey, you want to watch Tron? And when I go, oh, yeah. Which one? She goes, oh, the 80s one.
Yeah.
Without me saying, like...
You want to watch the 80s one?
Yeah, like, you want to watch 80s Tron?
That's when you're in.
Yeah, it's like, that's it. If she leaves me, I'm done with girls Time to switch to men.
Back to Valentine's Day.
Yes.
It's a fun subject.
Well,
if you did have a lady.
Yeah.
That's bad. I'm sorry.
I don't.
You'll get laid eventually,
I
says
gave
your mother.
you all my condoms.
Thanks.
I'm entrusting my sexual future to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna live vicariously through your cock.
Cool.
Yeah.
If you did, what do you think of Valentine's Day anyway?
What do I think?
Yeah, like what do you think of Valentine's Day? Like, what are your opinions on it?
Whatever. I don't like. I don't hate it. Like, I don't get the people who are like, fucking hate Valentine's Day. It's just a day. It's a day where you're allowed to be publicly affectionate.
Yeah.
Fucking grab that by the balls.
Yeah, the way I see it, it's like everyone complains about it. I do have problems with it. I understand why people don't like it because, it is a very commercialized holiday. Yeah. That's the whole point behind it.
I understand.
It's to sell pink and red shit and shit people don't need.
Yeah.
But thing is, the way I see it, it's like you can be a terrible significant other to someone all year round, but then Valentine's Day comes around.
Yeah.
It's my one day to be nice, and then you can be a dick all
think,
year. How about instead of Valentine's Day, we have this?
I think I kept my last relationship going for 2 years.
Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Just wow them every year. Yeah.
I
can't believe you cheated on me. Oh, but that was nice.
I went above and beyond the call on Valentine's Day.
But it's like you can't just, instead of Valentine's Day, you should celebrate just don't be a dick every day.
Yeah.
If you're just a good boyfriend, girlfriend all year round, then Valentine's Day shouldn't matter
Pretty
that much.
It's just a day with more sex.
Yeah.
That is the only difference. If you're actually like a good significant other, the main difference on Valentine's Day, I'm not saying you have to go out for dinner every day, but going out every once in a while.
Every once in a while, it's nice, yeah.
And being nice, and like, the only difference is like, you get them like chocolates, maybe flowers, go out to a movie, maybe stay in. It's just, there's a more romantic aura.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's just like, the way I see it, it's like you always hear guys complaining, like, I told my girlfriend we're not doing Valentine's Day. And it's like, the way I say it's like, if a girl really does enjoy Valentine's Day, then like,
who cares?
Just do it. Like,
do it.
Like it's once a year. Day. It's one day out of the year that you have to like do something. It's like
there is 365 other days this year
that you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't even have to talk to her the next day.
I'm not retarded. This year's a leap year. That's
366?
True. Yeah, that's true. So
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Valentine's Day. I mean, I think it's stupid too. It definitely is. But I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
I'd be nice on it.
There was a point in my life where I was like, "Fuck Valentine's Day," and then that was like during my darker and edgier past. Yeah, you remember that?
Mm-hmm. You had black hair and the same scarf.
Yeah, and tighter pants.
Yeah, you really let the pants get looser.
Yeah, I like tight pants. I just don't have the money for them. It's my problem.
I gotta find Tylenol in this house.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any.
I have a pint glass with Tylenol in it at home.
Yeah, that's weird.
One of my roommates like walked by my room when my door was open. He saw it. The weirdest look. Also, found out this morning, one of my roommates can do a very, very good impression of a cow.
Really?
Yes.
Is that sarcastic that you're impressed?
No. Yeah.
Yeah? Or were you actually just annoyed?
Well, I was like, I'm sitting there, and then I hear like this moo. I was like, what the fuck was that? And then I heard my roommate, and I was like, oh fuck, like, this guy's impersonating a cow, probably while he's cooking beef. I could smell tacos.
Well,
yeah.
There you go.
I guess.
Good to know, I guess.
I guess he gets off on that, like, moo, it's ironic because I'm cooking cow.
Yeah, that's humor. I bet he loves winning.
He's the roommate I like the least.
What if he hears this?
He doesn't even, I don't think he knows my last name.
Oh, okay, yeah, we're good. We'll be fine.
He doesn't have me on Facebook.
Do you have your roommates on Facebook?
No, I don't have any
None
of
them
on Facebook.
You have a very weird like, I think if I had, like, how many roommates do you have? 3. In a house.
Yeah.
You see them every day.
No.
Well, I mean, you see them once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay, you live in the same house as them. I think I'd get to... You should probably get to know them a little bit.
I've spoken to 2 of them.
Spoken to them, have you?
Yeah.
I'm saying hang out with them.
Well, I had like a 2... Oh, yeah.
You should have already gone out for a beer.
I've watched movies with them. They don't drink that much, actually.
What movie did you watch with them?
Bender's Big Score.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Good call.
And then I talked to another one. Like, we were hanging out in the kitchen, just hung out for like 2 hours. Then another guy, I was talking to him the other night, but I don't talk to the one guy.
I'm proud of you. You're making friends. That's nice.
I guess.
That's good.
You remember when you saw the picture on the fridge of me with Beck and that girl whose name I never remember.
Yeah,
and
Victoria.
you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I found that weird because I was like, when did you hang out with other people?
Yeah, and you like look at me and you're like, I'm so proud that you have friends. Fuck you.
What do you know for Valentine's Day? Oh, fuck Valentine's Day. You know what's another sad thing about Valentine's Day? On
What?
Facebook, the amount of posts I see of people going, tomorrow, chocolate's 50% off. Ugh, what's the matter with you?
Yeah, that was sad.
What
It's like,
gluttons.
I get it on like Halloween. You're like, that's because that's a lot of different candy.
Yeah, but
like
it's like
tomorrow, it's only chocolate. And if you notice, it's only the single girls on my Facebook who
Yeah,
are
me
like,
too.
chocolate 50% off tomorrow. And I was like,
That's
really
sad.
like
Very
stereotypical and kind of sad.
Like,
A little.
you're just gonna have what, a big stock of like heart-shaped boxes? Is that what you're gonna do? Like, how stupid is that?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
And people will be like, you're unhealthy. And it's like, yeah, but no, like, I'm not in the sense of, like, I don't sit around just gorging on candy all day. I don't sit there with boxes and boxes of, like, I need chocolate. No, I don't. Like, I'm fine.
I like
I'll have chocolate every once
as
in a while.
friend.
Like, yeah. It's an open relationship.
It-
but, like, to
it's
me, it's
like-
like, wow, if someoally gonna offer me steak or chocolate, I'm like, no, I'll take the
Yeah, I
steak.
feel like
That's
you
nice.
can have a steak or a week's supply of chocolate. I'd be like, fuck.
I'll take the
I'll
steak.
take the steak.
Like, if you're really the kind of person who's like, I just need some ice cream. What the hell's the matter with you? Like, grow up. Like, what are you doing where that's, like, a thing? Did you have dessert growing up? Like, did your family instill the whole idea of, like,
It wasn't like.
it wasn't, like, every day?
No, it was like every once in a while I'd be like, can we have ice cream after dinner? And they'd be like, yeah, you can have it for dessert.
Yeah.
It was never like, dessert was not like this.
Always a thing.
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't
oh my
like,
God.
oh, when you finish your
Yeah, me neither.
pancakes, you can have fruit for dessert.
Yeah.
My family ever did that to me. But fuck you guys.
First of all, it's pancakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pancakes for dinner.
Yeah. Well, I've done that.
Yeah, me too.
I'll do, like, breakfast, dinner. That's a good time. But, yeah, I found that really weird. Like,
Want to do brunch?
we should do brunch. Do you want to do brunch soon?
Can we do brunch?
Yeah.
Can we also do awkward morning after sex coffee trip?
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to have the sex. We
Okay.
can, but we don't need to.
I don't want to.
No?
No. I don't want
sure?
to. Yeah, I'm good.
The offer's there.
No, thanks. But I will do the coffee with you.
Can we pretend while we're there though?
Really loud so people can hear it.
Yeah, you'll be like, so last night was fun. I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah. Let's act it out right now. Okay, I'll be the man.
I'll be the man too. Like I meant like a gay.
Oh
one.
yeah,
Like,
that's
like,
true. Okay.
like,
All right.
I
Yeah,
don't mean,
fine.
like, I'll be a
Either
woman,
way,
like,
I'll
yeah.
be the assholey kind of guy.
The one who doesn't call. I'll be like the one who just wants to find a good man.
Yeah, but I'm
and
an
settle
idiot,
down.
so you don't want me.
But I think I do because you're the bad boy type.
No,
You know?
I don't want to do that. I'm
No?
just an idiot.
You're just an idiot.
Basically, think of me as
So wait, you're like, how is this gonna play out? Like, are
basically
you gonna-
we were drunk. Okay.
But one of us has to be trying to like, oh, you'll call me, right?
That's
No,
me.
Yeah.
That's
so
me.
you're the one saying like, you'll call me.
No, you be that guy because I
I'll
want
be
to.
that
Yeah,
guy?
yeah. You be the guy who wants to call me, and I'm the one who's like, oh,
That's what I mean.
this
like,
guy's
you-
an idiot. If my mom asks me one more time if I'm ever gonna find a guy and settle down and adopt an Asian baby,
And I'm the guy that just he wants to settle down, but he
Okay.
doesn't know how to like. He's kind of out there with it.
Yeah.
And then like the whole point of the movie that this
you
would be
learn
part
to
of-
love me.
Well, he already does. It's like he's infatuated, but then it slowly becomes like a real thing, and you learn to like accept the quirkiness
Yeah.
as like.
Because
it's
right now
fun.
I have no interest in you,
Yeah.
but then I'm eventually gonna call you again.
So you want to act this out? Like you'll get turned
Oh,
down. by
I
the
forget
guy
my
you-
cell phone, and then you call me later, and we go and pick it up.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
anyway,
that doesn't make sense. Nobody has a landline
oh,
nowadays.
that's true.
Okay, what would
It's a
happen?
landline, yeah.
You get turned down, and you find my number because I give it to you, and then you're like,
Yeah, but then like you're just a rebound guy.
Yeah,
what
and
I
that's how
need
it
is a
starts out.
reason to come and see you again. I forgot something at your apartment, so I have to come to your apartment, and you're like, no, I'll meet
Your
you
wallet.
I'll meet you at that restaurant.
Your wallet.
Yeah. And you're like, I'll meet you at that restaurant, and I'll give it to you there. And then I get there, and you're like, well, do you want to eat? And
yeah,
I'll be like,
"Just stay and eat. Like,
oh, I can't. I can't.
but then I'll kind of be like, because he's like the whimsical, quirky guy. He's like, table for two, and you're like, I can't. I gotta go. And I'll be like,
And I'm like,
Fine.
first of all, how'd you get a reservation here? This place is always packed. You're like, I called ahead of time.
I've got friends in high places.
Yeah. And then at the end of the movie, I found out that you kept my wallet. just so you could call me again.
Yeah.
Which in real life you'd be like, "Well, that's kind of
Yeah,
sick,"
yeah.
but in this movie, that's nice.
Yeah. You wanna
Okay.
act out the opening?
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Just the sex scene. Well, we're not gonna do the sex scene. We'll do the after morning.
All right.
We'll
Hang
do
on.
the
I gotta
morning.
put my pants back on.
Oh, okay. Zoop. Anyway, okay. So how's the
Good
start?
zipper.
Thanks.
Do you do Foley work?
I do. So wait, okay, so I'm the guy who wants nothing to do with you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm the
Okay.
guy who is like can
Okay,
see the good in you.
we have coffee cups, so we can pretend to be drinking coffee.
Yeah, I finished mine a while ago.
We're not at a Starbucks. We're at a
I figure it's kind of like a diner, but like a not.
Let's go with the Bridgehead. You ever been there?
No.
It's like a hipster coffee joint. Very
Oh,
hip.
oh, like the one close to Zaphod's downtown.
No.
No.
But we'll say there.
Okay.
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 You start.
So, about last night.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Did we did have sex?
We
right?
did.
Okay.
It was great.
Did you?
By the way.
You did wear a condom though.
Yes.
Okay.
I did. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. That was
So,
that was good. What?
I was
Sorry?
gonna give
Okay.
you my number.
Oh.
Is that
Yeah.
call me sometime? We can maybe,
Yeah.
Go
Yeah, because
give
my
him something?
my phone's been acting weird lately.
Oh yeah, no, that's cool. I have a card here. I'll just.
Oh, do you have a business card?
Yeah, I'm a real estate agent.
Oh.
Here, I'll write my
Oh,
cell number on the back.
Did you tell me that yesterday?
No, there wasn't much talking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So here you go.
Oh, thanks. Cool.
My cell number's on the back. That's my work number. If you
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
need
for
to buy a
sure.
house.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you about that new. No, I don't know if I told you that. Your email's cutiepieexo72.
Oh. Sorry, it's my old one.
Oh, that's fine.
My new one.
Thanks. Cool. Oh, okay.
David Flynn at
David Flynn.
gmail.com.
Cool.
Yeah.
Gmail.
Yeah.
What a-
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Um.
So yeah.
Yeah. I can cover the coffee. if
You
you'd
sure?
like.
I mean, I don't want to do that.
No.
I got
it's
a
okay.
wallet on.
No, it's fine.
Oh. I think I forgot my wallet at your house.
I can get it for you. Just I'll get it.
I'm gonna be down.
You give me a call when you're.
Are you ever downtown near Bank Street?
My office is close to there.
Oh, okay.
I can.
So I need it back for tomorrow because I'm heading out next week.
Oh,
I really need my wallet. I
where
mean,
to?
I have my credit card, but I don't have any of my ID or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
So could I meet you down there somewhere?
Yeah, that'd be great. Where are you going?
I'm just going to Cuba with some friends of mine.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, it should be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could just get me that,
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah,
can meet
no,
you somewhere. I mean, I don't want you to go out of your way or anything.
No, it's fine. When your phone is fixed.
Yeah,
Just give me a call.
I mean,
Yeah, no,
I'm on
it
Bell,
happens.
so
yeah, me too.
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, everyone tells me switch to Rogers, but I just
Yeah,
can't
it's
afford
It's
it.
difficult,
especially with this trip to Cuba.
Yeah.
Yeah, not made of money, they
Yeah,
say.
I get it.
Yeah.
All right, scene.
That was brilliant.
That
I
was
love
good.
that. That was so funny. Oh, that was so fun.
I feel we play the part really well.
Yeah, that was excellent. I really enjoyed that. That was the one part where I was like, "What? What did you say?" I love that. It was great.
I like.
Oh, I could do that all day.
I like, oh, you have a business card. Yeah, I'm a real estate agent.
Oh yeah, I could have kept going.
Oh yeah, me too. Like
That was so excellent. Oh, that was
like
fun.
the awkward when they give the check. And I'm like, I've got it.
I got it. Yeah.
Trying to get you to make sure like you don't notice you don't have your wallet at first.
Oh God, that was fun. Anyway, well, we're at 2 hours, so
Yeah?
You want to
We're
do
gonna
this?
leave it with that.
Do you want? Or we can. I really don't care. Do you want to keep going or something?
What time is it?
It's only like 5:30. What time you have to be back?
Well, the last bus is at like 11 o'clock, but I have a midterm tomorrow, so I want to study.
Yeah, I have
tonight.
one too.
So I don't know, maybe leave around. When's the last 170? Like when's the?
The last 176 runs at like 12, and the last
Yeah.
95. So I mean, you got a 95 runs till like 3 in the morning. So
Yeah, but then I can't really get.
you can get the 111 at baseline though.
Yeah, that's true. No, I'm just trying to think. Because remember last time we waited and then it would have been too late to catch the last bus
Mm-hmm.
because there was like for some reason there was like an hour or 2 hour gap or something between the next 176. I just don't want to fall into that.
Oh, this is great content, man. So the 91 thing, bus
schedule.
Bus schedule.
It's a bit. Don't
the
worry.
Podcast.
It'll get funnier.
It's great. What?
Do you think a podcast would count as a legal thing? Like if somebody made our Gromcom, could we say like, no, we came up with it first? Here,
Well, I mean, there's gonna be a date on it when I upload it, so we should be fine. That was fun.
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was great improv on you. Real estate agent. You should have went with. No, real estate agent works.
Well, because I was like, who really has a business card nowadays? And it's like CEOs and like real estate agents.
Man, like everybody has a business card, dude.
I don't know. Those were just the two that popped into my head, and it didn't seem. It didn't. I should have gone with like artist.
Yeah, so I could
Because
have
like
been
he's
like,
kind of whimsical. Yeah. If we do it again.
Let's do the scene where I'm talking to my mother. You can be my mother, telling me that all you want is for me to meet a nice guy and adopt an Asian baby.
Am I like an overbearing mother kind of thing? Like,
very much so, yeah.
Like you start to talk and I cut you off and I'm like, I just want you to meet a nice man and settle down and adopt an Asian baby named... Fuck, what's it? Sakura.
Now that's bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just an Asian
know.
baby. Just say Asian baby.
Asian baby?
Okay, so how we're going to start... I'm bored, so let's do this. The way we're going to start this scene is... I'm going to be still talking to you.
Yeah.
And then my
you
phone's...
get the call?
I get the call, so I have to... Well, that's not backspace, that's a letter.
You should have it on... like, it's on speakerphone at first, so I hear, like the... It's your mother. I'm just calling to ask whether or not you've met a guy. And then you're, like, fumbling with it. You're like, I'm sorry.
I don't want to do this one. Let's wait. Let's do this next episode.
All right.
Because
you gotta remember.
I will. Anyway, no, I felt that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll just cut it off here anyway. Because I got to find some Tylenol. My throat's about to fall. Can your throat fall off? Is that a thing?
No. I think your throat is like the whole unit made up of different parts. Like the trachea.
Dr. Brandon.
I stuttered there.
Anyway, that's it. That's the Fingerbang Radio Show. What else? Anything plugged that we have to do? These episodes are going to be on YouTube soon, so look out for that. Well, when you hear this, I mean, it'll be a while from now, but...
I guess we'll update our Facebook. You can find... Excuse me, on Facebook, the Fingerbang Radio Show.
Don't look... There's imposters out there, so we are the Fingerbang Radio Show. And you can also email us at fingerbangradio@gmail.com. And,
follow us on Twitter. I'm at Brandon Doucette.
And I'm at Mitch Valier, which I don't really care how you spell that. You can find my name on the Facebook group.
Yeah. And it'll probably be in the YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
For all 5 of you listening.
Yeah.
5 more.
Bill and the other guy.
And Haley and...
The other one.
Our intern there.
Oh, fuck that guy. He's dead.
Oh, yeah. Jeff, I think. From episode 0.
Anyway, that's it. We'll be back again next Saturday with more of the Fingerbang Radio Show.
Actually, one more thing. I won't be here on the next show.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to be here. Actually, yeah, the next show, I'm bringing on a friend of mine, Ian Mitchell, is going to be here joining me. Very funny guy. Thing is, I've only hung out with him once, and it was when I met him. I'm
putting down the rule.
Yeah, if he's funnier than you, I'll kick him out.
No bringing guests on that are funnier than me.
Fair enough. Anyway. So yeah, next episode here, I'll be sitting here with Ian Mitchell, and then the next week I'm bringing on Matt Francis, who's gonna play our music for our breaks. My friend Matt, he's a musician.
Okay.
He's
no, I was confused there for a second. I thought you meant like he was gonna look up the songs for us. I was like, are we that lazy?
Are we that lazy? Do we really need that? No, I think he's really
else?
good. So I think that's it. All right, thanks for listening, everybody. That's been the Fingerbang Radio Show. You can catch us next Saturday. I think I'm going to, after this part right now, right at the end of the show, I might just put in the whole clip of us doing the scene again.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I'd listen to that twice.
Yeah.
I'm really, this whole show's for me.
Yeah, I'm the first.
Anyway, thanks for listening. That's why I'm going to end the show.
I felt like we should have harmonized.
Okay, ready?
Well, I can only do lows.
Okay.
So, I'll start.
Okay.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Yeah.
welcome to Starbucks.
Solid. Can I get an extra foamy vanilla latte?
Sure, coming right up. Here you go.
Thick.
There you go.
Keep going.
So, how was work today?
It's grimy.
How come?
Almost got my finger cut off in the wood chipper again.
Again?
And Dave from accounting won't get off my back all day. This and that. Taxes, returns, policies.
So, what are we gonna do about this?
I'm not doing anything about this. This is your problem.
It's not my problem. We had a child together,
Oh.
not just me.
It's your child. I got nothing to do with it. I'm done with this.
That's terrible of you to say.
No!
Don't you
No!
care about your child?
I don't give a shit. I'm peacing.